Well, Monday Night Raw time. But first, breaking news. The San Francisco 49ers have made a trade with Kyle Shanahan's former team. The 49ers agreed to send fan favorite running back Matty Breda, along with wide receiver Marquise Goodwin, and the number 2 overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft to the Atlanta Falcons for wide receiver Julio. Anybody got to deal with Julio? Are you kidding me? The number 14 overall pick and a 2020 second-round pick, according to multiple reports. Shanahan will be reunited with the star receiver who helped lead the Falcons in the 2017 Super Bowl. With Jones, the 49ers offense gets a player who has been to 5 straight Pro Bowls and had at least 1,400 yards in every season since 2014. Man is a monster. And Jones, who is 30 years old, has 2 years remaining on his contract for a little over $26 million. That could change. Jones has been pushing for a new contract. We got the money. We got the money. The trade could have been contingent on an extension for Jones, and an announcement could be made soon by the 49ers. Can you see Julio standing up there in front of the... finally got back together with my favorite coach, and we always did good things together. I can always see Julio, man. Jones will likely be seeking something along the lines of Antonio Brown's 3-year, $50 million to $125 million deal with the Oakland Raiders. The receivers are the same age and have both been among the league's top receivers for years. Perhaps a bigger part of the trade is the swap of 2019 draft picks. The Falcons likely wanted to move up to get one of the top edge rushers in this class, because they haven't had one in a long time. They tied with the 49ers for 22nd in the NFL with 37 sacks since 2018. I gotta cry. I gotta cry for them and us. My God. The move is a bit more complicated for the 49ers. They could still select an edge defender from the many top options this year. Names like Cleveland Farrell and Brian Burns or defensive tackle Ed Oliver could be available at number 14, as would the top safeties, who are still on the board, is much less certain than picking at number 2, though. The 49ers also moved 2 veteran offensive players in the deal. Brady had a breakout season of 2018 despite playing through injury most of the season. He rushed for 814 yards and averaged 5.3 yards per carry. He became the odd man out in the 49ers' crowded backfield, however. Jack McKinnon will be returning after miss all of 2018 with a knee injury, and the 49ers signed Tevin Coleman, as you know, to a 2-year contract last month. Special teams ace Raheem Mostert will serve as a third option after re-signing with the 49ers last month. Finally, there is Marquise Goodwin, the former Olympian, led the 49ers in receiving in 2017 with 956 yards. And if it wouldn't have been for that ram that battered him while he was on the ground, Marquise may have eclipsed the elusive 1,000 mark. 49ers rewarded the receiver with a 3-year extension after the season. His 2018 season got derailed with an injury in week 1 and never got back on track. He had just 395 puny yards last season. The 49ers have prioritized upgrading the roster in specific areas this season to push to win. With Jones, the 49ers got one of the NFL's premier receivers who is also familiar with Shanahan's complicated offensive system. Booyah! I cannot. It hurt. I mean, I couldn't even believe I was telling that lie. April Fool! It was fun, though. Can you imagine, though? My God. Anyway, hey, you know what? Oh, hey, you know what I want to do? Let's get over here. You know what? Let me get into the real news of the day, though, because I'm a little bothered, and I know there's gonna be a lot of people like you know who. Should I call his name? The man, I know show is still, man, oh, my God. Wait, what, oh, my, what did I do with it? There we go. I have to issue an apology today, because for the 49ers fans of whom have stood their ground for supporting a trade down, it looks like you were right on target. No, I don't want to trade down, but for those of us who've been looking upon the number 2 overall pick as sacred, and this year believed that the pick was only for the best of the best. In this particular draft, we will need to get over that. During a discussion on the latest Adam Schefter podcast, Coach Kyle Shanahan joined the program and was asked if any other NFL teams have reached out about a potential trade. And Shanahan said, nope, not yet. Schefter says, a trade down situation might be in the future. Shanahan, maybe. The coach would... the coach welcomes any opportunity to improve his team. And I understand that, and I agree with it. You do whatever you got to do to improve the team. But Kyle, with the first round pick, do we have to every time? He says Shanahan and the 49ers entered the draft with just 6 selections but several roster needs. If an NFL team comes calling, Shanahan and general manager John Lynch, they will listen. As of today, April 1st, nobody has called the 49ers yet, according to Coach Kyle Shanahan, but it sounds like if anyone does, and they offer an acceptable package of picks, the 49ers are out of that number 1-2 pick so quick it'll make your head spin with no hesitation. Hey, seriously, I want to know, does that work for you or not? The question is, how far down in the draft are the 49ers willing to go with a partner? And how will it impact their draft scenarios as they plummet down in the order? And this is the thing that worries me the most. You go down too far, and then now you start getting the second-tier report. I know. Somebody wrote a note that says, Ronbo, stop it. You know some of the best players in the league have been as a result of a trade down? I know, but still, that's still luck. Okay, the odds of you getting the cream of the crop are at the top of the crop. That's why I just... Coach, please, come on, Coach. Could you please give me... Okay, let me calm down. Rod Manhammer says, I say stay at 2 and get the best. Oh, Gino Anderson's over here. Okay, we can't lose staying at 2 or trading back. Yeah, thanks, Gino. I know, man, but you know what, before we do anything else, so just to add to the fun today, let us now go. Are we doing this one first? Let's go ahead and give me the first one up there. I want you to check out a couple of mock drafts, and there we go. Hey, let me. Nathan Jacob, he's out in Kuwait. He's a military contractor, and he's been watching for a long time. I've gotten various notes from Nathan for the last couple of years, I believe, maybe longer. I know it's been the last couple of years, yeah. So hey, Nathan. You doing out there, man? She's out in Kuwait, as I mentioned. And we're going to share his draft. Since Nathan and I have been in communication for long. The second overall pick, we trade the Raiders for the 4th overall pick. And 27 overall pick in the 3rd round, number 66. And we throw in our 6th and 176 to the Raiders. He goes on to say 4th overall, we pick up Quentin Williams, defensive tackle, of course, from Alabama. And first, number 27, T.J. Hawkinson or Noah Fant or Irv Smith Jr., tight end, whoever's available at this pick. Give me that TJ, give me that TJ, give me that TJ. Second, number 36, Nasser Adderley, son of Delaware, or Brian Burns out of FSU, whoever's available at this pick. And third, 66, that's who else? Elton Jenkins. Was that Steve you picked up, Elton? Mississippi State or North Carolina State or Michael Jordan, OSU, best available center. His third pick, number 67, Deebo Samuel, of course. Fourth, at 104, Khalil Hodge, inside linebacker, outside linebacker, Buffalo or Sion Takataki, outside linebacker, BYU. And them BYU products, man, we you see Fred Warner, man, you can talk about linebackers, I'm game. BYU Coach Sion during the Senior Bowl. Also, 6, number 212, Jake Bailey, punter, Stanford, coached by KS in Senior Bowl. And, of course, we do. That's something nobody talks about. But the punter they have in there now is just a placeholder to keep Robbie Gould from having to work during the course of the off season because he doesn't need that, right? Fam, I want to share this with you, too, because I get these, and you know what? I get these all the time. Big Show has given me his final mock draft about 20 times in the last, About last month. You think I'm playing, don't you? I'm serious. All right, check it out. Big Show says trade down to Buffalo, acquire 2, 3, 4 picks. Buffalo calls us again for our high third and offers their third and fifth round pick. You like that? Round 1, pick 9, Buffalo. Ja'Kai Polite, defensive end from Florida. Round 2, pick number 36. We pick up Jonathan Abrams, free safety from Mississippi State. Round 2, pick number 40 with Buffalo. Deebo Samuel, wide receiver, South Carolina. And round 3, pick 74 with Buffalo. Connor McGovern, center, offensive guard, Penn State. Round 4, Michael Jackson, and we're not talking about we're talking about quarterback Michael Jackson, Miami, Florida. And round 4 pick 112, Buffalo, Emmanuel Hall, wide receiver, Missouri. And round 5 pick 147, Buffalo's Kendall Baker, OT. And also round 6, 176, Jalen Jelks, defensive end, Oregon. And also, the round 6, 212, complimentary pick, Preston Williams, wide receiver, Colorado State. You notice how it says final Mac draft? Because you're like, Big Show be Macking. We start calling him the Mac. Big Show. And I suspect next week we'll have a revised, updated version from Big Show. He can't make up his mind. All right, and our message retracted. We got okay. Anyway, we want to run through a few of these. Are we ready to roll? Are you going right there? Oh, God, I love this stuff, man. You know, I tell you what, fam, there's going to be like a lot of fun between now and then. I tell you what, this is our last year to suck. I already know. I feel the 49ers are going to trade down with somebody. I just don't want them dropping out of it. Don't be getting into the double digits. I still want a high-quality player. You're not going to... Yes, you can get high-quality players anywhere, and our staff is pretty good at picking up really blue-chip talent all over the place. But, you know, it just worries me when I can't get... I got a man crush on Nick. I wanted him in our team. You can't get Nick Bosa by trading down. Okay, get a grip. All right, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right. All right. Hey, let me go check out Dre. Dre, what's up?
Man, look, if we trade down, if they trade that number 2 pick and don't get Joey Bosa, man, that's going to be the biggest mistake of this year's draft, bro.
Nick Bosa,
Mark my words.
Yeah,
I mean Nick Bosa. Yeah. That's man. We can't do that, man. There's no way in hell. Now, if you, I don't even want to get a 10 or a 9, bro. Like, this is the cream of the crop. Like, we can. Josh Allen, Joey Bosa, Montez Sweet, like, we have the pick of the litter. Like, you have more power. You know, you possess more power with that high pick because you have the pick of the litter. When you get lower in the draft, you're just selecting from what's left. I don't want leftovers, man. I don't want leftovers, man. They only taste good for a day or two, man. They don't do good for the whole season.
Every time you eat them, they lose something. Right.
Yeah, man.
And they wouldn't give it up. They wouldn't give it up for OBJ. Don't be giving it up for a second or third
If you
tier
wouldn't give
player.
it up for OBJ, what the hell are you gonna give it up for now to go lower and get a few more picks? Man, I always go back to man, what's the tag team? What's the tag team cat's name? Not Trez, but what's the other tag team dude's name, man?
Trey. Trey and Trey.
No, yeah, man. I always go back to what Trey say, man. You only got so many spots, so trying to add all of these damn extra players, it don't make no sense, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and get the pick of the litter and stay right there at number 2. Everybody's, well, we can get more picks and more players. Yeah, and it's only 53 fucking roster spots. So what is it? What's the sense? What sense does that make, man? I mean, I don't get it. And we already have a surplus of players right now. You know. I mean, so it really wouldn't make any sense, man. We want to fill that spot with somebody that's proven. You know what I mean? We don't want to take any chances. We don't want no so-so player, man. We want the pick of the litter at that number 2 spot, you know? So You know, I mean, the writing is on the wall. It's already 3 teams that's interested in trading for Josh Rosen. It just hasn't happened yet because they're probably trying to talk the price down. The Cardinals want a first rounder for him, but you know they're gonna end up taking a second rounder for him. So
and
we already know the writing is
because
on
Rosen,
the wall.
you know, it's like driving a car off the lot. I mean, it's
Right.
lost a little bit of its value. It's okay now. They already see what
Right.
Rosen
It's
can
okay.
do. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. So you know, I'm just hoping and praying, man, that we're able to keep our number 2 spot. You know what I mean? I just, man, if you list the line from left to right, man, if you can have, you know, Bosa, I would like to have Bosa on the opposite side of D Ford. You know what I mean? So that means that they have to account for both of those sides. And then, I mean, Bosa, Buckner, Armstead, rotating with Ronald Blair, and then Solomon
Contavious
Thomas.
could
I
get
mean,
in there. Solomon T.
oh my God! And Solomon, I think this will be his bust out year because now they're going to have to account for one of those guys. They're going to have to account for one of those guys. So I mean, it's going to be wide open for him. And on a lot of plays where I watch film, he created like 3 or 4 sacks. I would think 3.5. He created like 3.5 sacks. One of them was a half sack. If you go back and watch film when he was on the line with Buckner, he created like 3.5 sacks for that guy, man. Because they had to wedge him with the offensive line guard, and they gave leeway for Buckner to get in there and get the sack, man. So he does create some havoc, and having another presence, a dominant presence on that other side, would definitely open it up for Solomon Thomas to have a breakout year. So I mean,
and it gives him so many options.
No sense.
And the packages can be just so many. You still got
man.
DJ Jones you can put in there. DJ Jones is very violent up the middle, and he's faster than Mitchell was. So you know,
right, and he's
Sheldon
a big guy
Dave,
too. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do it. Somebody's not going to make it though. Somebody's got. We got too many guys in the
of course.
interior.
Yeah. I mean, when you start off, when you got 4 running backs, you know you got a surplus of players, man. So, I mean, we got four running backs. We got about 7, 8 receivers right now. So, I mean, roster spots are, you know.
Dre, do you know, though, they wouldn't have picked up Tevin, but the 49ers were serious about Le'Veon. They tried.
Yeah.
And they weren't playing. They were trying hard.
Well, we offered him more money than he got. He got $35 million guaranteed, and they offered Le'Veon $36 guaranteed. You know what I mean? So I think it might have been a case. Le'Veon might like the East Coast. You know, he was used to playing in that cold weather. I don't know why the hell you won't want to stay in that and not come to San Francisco, California. But good, stay your ass out there. Go to the Jets. I don't give a damn. We okay. You know what I'm saying? Because Tevin Coleman is Tevin Coleman is that boy.
Coleman. Yeah.
Oh, no, we did damn good with Coleman, especially for the price that we got him, man. So I'm going to say, man, keep hope alive. It's been a real exciting offseason. I'm very pleased to see what we've been doing so far, man. I heard Jimmy G done gaining about 15, 20 pounds of muscle. He looking like the Hulk over there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They say he bulked up, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, man, you could tell he's been in that weight room to make sure an injury like this doesn't happen again, man, which sounds really good, you know. Man, I'm just hoping and praying that if they do trade down, man, and we go down to like 15, 16, if you got a 14 and a 16, man, this whole it'll be a bust. The whole first round will be a bust, man. You know.
Maybe
I don't want to.
For a couple extra picks.
Yeah.
But they probably get a 5th round pick out of it and something else, you know. Come on, Niners. Come on, man.
What the hell you gonna do with a 5th round pick? But hope and pray. You know, you don't get many George Kittles, man. You know what I mean? So
that's maybe once in every 15, 20 years. Come on.
Man,
Dre,
Dre,
I'm gonna see you Friday, fam. Appreciate you getting in there.
Yes, sir, man. Peace out to the Niner fam, man. Let's stay positive and work with what we got and keep with what we got.
I agree. I do.
All right, bro.
Dre. Have a good night, fam.
Peace.
Man. So Wild Bill says, "Oh, Bob Money, what's up, Bob?" Easy Tino says, I got confused with that, what fans are looking at drafting. You know, Easy, you can explain what do you mean by confusion? Did you appreciate the picks they had going up? Actually, one of them is just giving best player, but he's giving options on his. And Celestial Scripture says, if some team loses their mind and mortgages an exorbitant amount of draft capital, then do it. Otherwise, stay put and go for the highest impact player available. So and they'd have to really make a fat offer. I mean, don't. if we hear the 49ers take a deal and it's like a so-so deal that you start weighing the benefits of it or something like that. And if you even have to think about it for a moment, Niners, why did you do that? Oh, come on. Because our guys are really cocky. Now they picked up Fred Warner and they got George Kittle. These guys are premier players, right? Who else we picked up late, you know? But then you look back at the first round and 49ers probably say, well, 2017, we picked up two players that are probably a little more questionable than some of the later round players we picked up so far. Hey, it's like Dre pointed out, though, Solomon T is going to come around this year. Hey, by the way, Daniel Andre says Monday Night Raw. The Nair says BPA, the three guys at the top are blue chip guaranteed Pro Bowlers according to most experts. Who knows about the rest? And by trading down, the Niners are sure to draft some bust. Thank you. And San Francisco says BPA in every round, a top 5 in each round. I'm just not convinced BPA is Bosa with the number 2 pick. Oh, I am. Boy, I really am, too. Michael Pittagard says, I can hear Lynch now. They gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. So, Lynch, I don't know, it's him or the rest of the guys. They love to trade. Boy, Mike, I personally don't care. We shouldn't be drafting at number 2 anyway. It should have been better than that. Mike, but the thing is, we are at number 2. The reality is we should use it. We don't want to be there every year at number 2, but just since you are there now, use it. Oh, my God, use it. Slimmy Long, let me see that name long there. Slimmy Long, 52, what's up to my Empire brothers and sisters? Slimmy and Niner Rich. Niners! David Barra, sup, fam? Let me go in there. Hey, Keith. Come on in, Keith.
What's going on, man? I've been trying to get in touch with you, man. God, man, about the past 2 weeks.
Keith, I'm glad to hear from you tonight, then, fam. I'm in here crying about the draft down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't get a phone call because I don't know why anybody would be calling the 49ers when you think about it. I mean,
listen, it's not going to happen. We're going to get Bosa. This is the throwaway game to play with everybody.
You think so?
We getting Bosa. Yeah.
But Keith, what is the point of playing with people at this point? The 49ers are number 2. What? I think the Cardinals have already pretty much made up their mind. They're just waiting to see, as long as Kyler Murray stays and doesn't go to Major League Baseball, they're going to do that deal, and they're going to get rid of Rosen probably a day before or the night of draft night. So what if 49ers you play games for?
Listen, that's what they do. If we don't get
that's true.
four or 5 picks out of this ordeal, with no point that we gotta get Bosa. That's the crop of what we need to get. Like bro said earlier, listen, if we pass on him, we'll be upset for 10, 15 years. Easy. Boy. I promise you.
And then we end up playing against him next year, and he racks up 2 sacks. Boy, I'd be mad as hell. Dang.
And then I was talking about I wanted to get on because I hadn't had a chance in the past 2 weeks. I just wanted to throw this out there real quick. We got the 4-headed monster back there, running back.
Yeah.
We grabbed a nice little halfway decent wide receiver that's big but has some wheels. And over top of that, dang, what was great to say? We got the 4-headed monster, the big guy. Oh, we got a rat.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that was
don't let Jason stay healthy all year now. Oh, man.
Healthy,
him and Sherman.
What are they going to do? Got 2 shutdown corners.
Keith, I bet you that would help either Colbert or Jimmy Ward. I bet they'd step their game way up because they don't want to be looking like ass out there. They don't want to walk down the street, sit in restaurants. People, that secondary would be good if y'all wasn't in it. They don't want to hear that. You know what? I bet it's going to fire them up.
And that's the thing. The crazy part is you got to think when we had that run with them guys, with P. Willis and Justin Smith and all of them, our front 7 was so serious that it made them guys in the back end look great.
Good.
But at the same time, we already got great corners. You're not going to play with Sherman all game. You're not going to play with Verrett all game. See what I'm saying? So therefore, if they're healthy and they're doing what they're supposed to do, we're solidified on them two sides.
Keith is so right.
So now you got to play around.
And Keith, check it. Because then teams will say, ain't no point in trying to throw on Sherman, leave Verrett alone. You can't go over their head. They're going to try to kill us with a short passing game. Guess who capitalizes on that? You got Quan Crazy Man Alexander patrolling that middle, along with Quan.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I don't know who's going to. It could be Marcel Harris. It could be Kwaski T. Fred Warner's back there. You know what? That defense would just be evil. Whew.
It would be ridiculous. And with Bosa and D4, and then you got Buck, and then Katavius Street was at hand. You got to remember, if he didn't get hurt, he was going first. He was going in the first round.
I heard early second. I read about that last year. Oh, man.
You know, so people gotta pipe down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Even with Eric Armstead, he didn't get a lot of sacks, but on that run game,
don't run.
And also
sets that edge.
He was a plucker. He was definitely setting it. He was definitely a plunger. We gonna be we're if we get Bosa, we're going to the playoffs. And I'm gonna tell everybody out there, Niner, Empire, if we get a first round bye, we may win the Super Bowl.
You know, hey, you win the division, you can get that first round bye. You know, man, the possibilities.
I'm not too concerned about Seattle nor the Rams. I'm not really concerned about them.
Rams about one more player, lose one more player, Rams. And Rams going to be talking about trying to deal with the Cardinals. What am I talking about? If they pick up Kyler Murray, the Cardinals is going to be a problem.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So if they get Murray, we got to get that edge rusher from both sides. We already got the guy in the middle. We're hitting him from all angles. See, that's the key. And I like Quentin. I like the big guy from Bama.
Yeah, Quentin. Yeah.
Everybody took for he set out. No, he set out because he knew that his draft was going to be high. You got to think the guy still had 4 sacks and 4 of them. So he had 2 forced fumbles, and he ran one back. He ran an interception back for a touchdown. So just think he played the whole season.
Big as he is.
No, not Quentin. I'm talking about Bosa. This nigga played the whole season.
I Quentin. But Bosa's ran a TD. I didn't know he had a pick up and take on back in
the
end zone.
He had a touchdown too last year. This year to this past. So that's all I'm saying. I'm a Buckeye fan, so I know what's going on. Like this guy's a ham.
Yeah,
I know. I watch them every Saturday. So you know we gonna be all right. But y'all guys talking about this in the third, man. When Bosa on the field, he goes 1,000 miles per hour. That's what we need. Come D4, Buck. You got DJ Ford in the middle, Buck in the middle. Then we can still rotate Thomas and then Katavius Street. I'm telling you.
Keep that pressure on for 4 quarters. We wouldn't have no weak sisters on the defensive line anywhere. I mean, it would just be ridiculous. God.
And I like Josh Clatton. If he could stay healthy, he would be one of the best safeties in the league. You put him. You got to remember, him and Jimmy Ward, they all played together at, SMU. You know what I'm saying? So
Jimmy Ward.
They know each other. And they played in high school. I think they played high school together. I think high school.
Kwaski and Jimmy, they grew up in the Bama area. Keith, we got to go. And I tell you what, Keith, man, appreciate you getting in there finally, man. I'll tell you, I'll look for you Friday. All right?
Hey, Niners, Empire all day. I also want to send a shout-out and a moment of silence for Nipsey out there, man, on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. But, RIP to you, man, and hope everything's good for your family, man. We got the prayers out here on the East Coast. And, Ronbo, I'll definitely get at you on Friday, bro.
All right, man.
Have a good one.
You too.
Day.
Yeah. Night, Keith.
Good night, bro.
Night. And there's Big Show, of course, making another appearance. He says, I told you 2 words triggered the Bosa Fanboy Club. Trade down. Bunch of crybabies. One of the reasons each and every year I enjoy the draft is Big Show. See, because if Big Show is wrong, we're going to do a whole program on it. Is it? Hey, Ansel Bosa! Rod Manhammer says, I say stay at 2 and get the best player. We are not that far from competing again. I really aren't. Kyle Shanahan wants to get the best player he can get at each position. I understand that. But don't get carried away with that concept. You get the players that are there at the time, too. Is it Jorgito? Jorgito. I was just thinking, Gordito, is it? Gordito is it's not Gorditos. Jorgito. Hey, what's up, Niner fans? 49er 808. What's up, Niner fans? Horatio Flores. What's up, Horatio? Big Show. Boy, Big Show. The guy is just like, you got something, you're in public and you got something sticking you down in your underwear and you can't really, you're in the elevator, right? And it's starting to stick. You can't reach in there and get it. There's your Big Show giving another little thorns in your ass. BPA is overrated and rarely ever becomes best player in NFL. Saquon Barkley was the best player available. I think he made All-Pro. Nelson, I believe he was the best at the time when they picked up Indy. Baker Mayfield's looking like he may be one of the best. Denzel Ward. I don't know where you get this science fiction from. BPA is not overrated. Time Eason, he says, Niners! Isaac Page, if Arizona takes Bosa, and Oakland offers us their 4th and another one, would you take our 2? Would you, let's see. If Arizona takes Bosa and Oakland offers us their 4th and another one, Isaac Page, they better come up with more than that. Oh, yeah. The Raiders haven't done a dang thing for us in how long? And they let 2 people get away we tried to get last year. If the Raiders call, I'd laugh. What? Oakland. Mike. No, Mike, you know what? You're okay. No, there's no hard feelings. But here's what I'm going to do. Listen, you want that second round pick, so you're going to give me, first of all, you're going to be your first round picks. Outside of that, we'll trade the 4th, and you give me the other 2. I'm going to want a 5th round pick because we have a void there. And your next year's 4th, all right? Mike, hello? Bitch. You guys, we asked you guys for Khalil Mack, and what did you do to us? You said no. You gave to Chicago. We said give us some Amari Cooper. And what did you do? You let him going off to Dallas. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Okay. Quest for 6 says BPA depends on how much the player upgrades your team. If the BPA player is only a slight upgrade over the player you have at that position, then it's best to go position of need if it's a bigger upgrade. Quest, I understand that, but if you're building a team and you got a blueprint laid out, it's okay to deviate from it, like from what you said. But if this team, and it has been hurting for edge rushers, for years, we got one legitimate edge rusher. Be careful clowning around with this. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Justin, come on here. Justin.
Yes, sir.
Justin, man, what's going on, man? I'm in there hollering and screaming tonight because I'm a little worried. I get nervous. I start getting loud. Man, Justin, they're trying to give away my first-round pick, man.
Wait, I think you broke the chat in the beginning. For your April Fool's joke.
I read it. I couldn't stop laughing. I said, this is fantasy here, boy. I gotta share this one.
Oh my God! You made my heart stop for a second because I went over to Whip Zone and they were like, put an article too. I was like, oh hell no! Oh my God!
The Falcons, the ownership would get ran out of town making that deal. But Julio he's getting up there in age. You know, it's not inconceivable. Next year, this time, it may be for real, you know, because his contract's going to be up. He'd be asking for more money. He could retire, but rarely do superstars retire in their team of origin. You notice that? Kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We lost all ours.
Well, when receivers, they don't retire with their exact team for that many years. They get refurbished, if you notice.
Yeah.
Crabtree.
Look at our very own T.O. and Jerry Rice and, God, down through the years. And I don't know what to think of Crabtree. Crabtree was so much of a diva, he got on my nerves at one point. But he made some clutch plays while he was with us. I can't say he was all bad. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. But, I heard the news. I was a little bit disappointed because I do not want to trade down. I do not, even though someone, I'm not going to say who, suggests we always trade down. We're not taking Greedy. Gosh, man.
Man, I can see Greedy now. Greedy's the same guy who pulled up in the combine. Man, I'm done. Greedy, I don't know, man. You're not showing a lot of durability here. But go ahead, Justin.
He's not even the best cornerback. He's not even the best cornerback in the draft.
Let him tell it.
If you look at the combine, he's ranked number 10.
Ooh.
He's ranked number 10.
I didn't read.
So,
I'm not a huge Greedy fan either. That's why I didn't really pay any attention to him. Who was the number one cornerback? I don't know. I think Greedy's actually still ranked by many as being the number one corner in this draft, though. Or am I wrong? And I haven't looked in a while. He was a few weeks ago.
We cannot trade down because
of Greedy.
I think if the only way we trade back is we get a good player out of it and some more draft picks. That's the only way. But the teams that they should be crossed off the list would be the Giants, the Raiders, and
exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Giants, the Raiders, that's it. And that's it. No, other than that, they're fine. But Giants, the Raiders should be no, hell no. Because after what they did to us, no.
I trade with the Jets, though. And if the Jets just give me a 5th-round pick and maybe next year's 3rd, I'd say cool. Because, the Jets ain't but one place down. And I don't have no dislike for the Jets, like I do the Giants and the Raiders right now. So I deal with them.
Yeah, I just think that as long as we get a player who knows how to tackle, because half the 49ers players seem to not know how to tackle. If you notice, we're ranked number 5th and missed tackles last year.
That's because they started off so bad, Justin. They got a little better as the year went along, but they started off looking like they didn't feel like playing. I agree.
I don't know if they got to work on tackling, but that's something you should know as soon as you get to the NFL. I don't know. If DeMarco Ryans got to work with them on more on tackling, I don't know what the hell is going on, but they got to work on tackling. They really got to work, especially Tar Heat and Ward and all of them, the free safeties.
They miss a lot. And did you just notice Tavares Moore? There's another. It's that mentality about death on every strike. You need to keep your head up, keep your eye on your target, and go for it. Don't drop your head and shoot at him like a missile. Tavares, dude jumped right over the top of Tavares on one of the missile shots he did. Kwaski T missed some shots like that. I don't know what he was doing. Kwaski ran right by the dude, grabbed him by the dude, just sidestepped him. I hate that. Ruben used to do that too. So this is the only thing about SEC players. They commit all out, but they miss.
I hate it. I hated when he did that because now with the rules are so strict, I was like, yo, he's gonna get called. He's like, he's really gonna get called. Like I sometimes they were lenient, but I knew for a fact he was gonna get called for unnecessary roughness because how strict they are with the rules. Yeah. So there is no way.
Oh, you mean Kwaski? Kwaski took that dude and body slammed him. I think he flopped him to the left and right. Wham!
Yeah.
Wham! I said, I remember that play. I know what you're talking about. I said, oh my God, is he gonna get away with that? And the ref let it go. But you were like me. I said, that's a flag. But he didn't get it. Yeah. Well, tackling will be an issue this year, and they better do it right because, You know, like you said, we can't be ranking one of the worst teams in the league when it comes to tackling. So we'll see. Anyway, hey, Justin? Oh, we lost Justin. Yeah, Justin, we ran out of time on it anyway. Justin, I'll see you Friday, fam. Hey. Hey, Monk. Monk is back. Come on in, Monk, out in the East Coast.
Yes, sir. What's up, Ronbo? What's poppin', man?
Monk, I'm in here crying like a grown man shouldn't be about the trade down possibility because Kyle Shanahan let everybody know under no uncertain terms he's here to make this team better. And if that means skipping out on the first round and getting me more picks because we got too many positions that we need to get better at. And I want to say, Kyle, but why don't you go ahead and get better in the first round as best you can get?
Ronbo, hold on, bro. The craziest shit happened today. Shanahan called me, bro. I talked to him.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, yo, I will not answer another phone call from you unless it's the Giants calling us saying, we're going to give you 6 and 17. All right?
Yeah.
And by that time, see, this being the worst, things got to happen. The thing we got to realize is from the beginning, the best NFL ready player in the draft is Nick Bosa.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. The quarterback, the best quarterback prospect, if you want to say it that way, in my opinion, and most people is Murray, and Cardinals are interested in Murray, but the best player on the board, shout it out, is Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
So if the nightmare happens, for me, it'll be a nightmare because I think this is like heaven sent. If we get Nick, which I want, but let's just say that he goes to the Cardinals and they decide to take the best player in the draft. All right, and they stick with the kid Rosen, I think, or whatever. Niner fans gotta be happy in the seat that they're in. Forget about this big show talk of trading down, because at the end of the day,
call him by name. I love it.
at the end, yeah, I'm coming for him. At the end of the day, we have leftover Williams and Allen. That's like crazy. That's like saying, you know, that's not a bad take back. You know, like, okay, we don't get Bosa, which I want, which I'm not thinking in my head nothing else. Yeah. But if we get Allen or Williams, that is a good, you know, leftovers.
Yeah, that's acceptable. I agree.
Leftovers.
Yeah, but don't be going down around 8. I mean, pick number 8, number 9. Don't get anywhere near double digits, because now, you know, I don't have a problem with Sweat and Burns and all them other guys, but they're the next level. I want the upper echelon is a thing.
Absolutely, and we all know that you know we could find like Oliver, White, Sweat, Gary. These guys can be those players that you just spoke about, but we got the sure thing over there. Now, at 6, we can grab one of those guys. They'll be there, Sweat, Oliver, White, Gary, whatever. And then at 17, I say we get Taylor or Jonah. You know what I mean? I mean, this is like saying, like, if Bosa's out and the Giants call me, they're the only ones that I would listen to just to get that scenario, because we'll have more bodies in there. You can even go. I just heard my man saying that Greedy's trash. Who, you know, I don't know. Baker is being talked about as well.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't hear none of that shit, man. To be honest with you, it's Bosa or bust for me, baby.
See, Monk, you and me, we gonna be like on draft night, because I would be sitting there, fingers crossed, arms crossed, legs crossed. And Goodell's gonna come out and say, the second overall pick of the 2019 draft,
Come on,
San Francisco 49ers have traded down. Oh! No, they didn't. Oh, my God. No. I know I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Damn.
I'm going to lose it today. Like, I teach down here in Jersey, and I saw the post that we traded for Julio Jones, they tricked me. They got my ass good.
No, yeah,
I ran out of my classroom. I ran down to the office. I started screaming at the secretaries. It started getting crazy. And when the security guard goes in and tells me it was bullshit, I turned red and walked away.
You were supposed to read the whole article, bro. You know?
I know. I didn't read the number 2 part. I was like, there's no way we're giving him a number 2. But I like the other pieces for him. Not bad. Breida and Goodwin. I would have took that for Julio this year.
Yeah, for that. Because you get, because we got plenty of running backs now. I like Matty B, and I got a feeling he's going to be a star in the years to come as long as he can stay from getting hurt. But because Julio's only got you figure Julio's got, how many more years, Monk, do you think Julio's got of high production?
You know what? He's one of those guys. He's an amazing. He takes care of his body.
Specimen, he is.
He's not a trouble guy. You don't hear about this guy smoking weed, drinking, wilding out, doing no shit.
Yeah.
So he has one of those guys. He could be like one of those T.O. Steve Smith guys that stays in the league like 36, still productive, 30, 37. You never know. You know what I mean? But I don't want him for that. I mean, I'll take him this year or next year, maybe, you know what I mean? But he's one of those guys that condition himself to have one of those long runs.
So he can conceivably last till he's 33 and still be high level. So you get Julio for the next 3 years, and we definitely will be in the mix within the next 3 years, no doubt about it. So you got Julio,
especially with Shanahan.
Yeah, especially with Shanahan. That's the joke. That's why they say George Kittle is getting more praise than he deserves. They're giving the glory to Shanahan. They're saying George Kittle should feel blessed for having the coach he's got. Is why he's doing as well as that's. Boy, that's cold. Y'all are cold. Give George his props. But Shanahan is mystical with that stuff. So we'll see.
I always, every call, I always want to take time to pick your brain. I'm going to throw something at you here before I go. Since the 49ers are the ACL rehab center and the injury pickup center, I was thinking about this. What do you think about Eric Berry as a mentor? He comes in, he plays, and if he plays high level, he plays high level. Then, the better the, but what do you think him as a mentor? Because he's an amazing person. He receives all these good awards for him being a great guy, that, whatever.
My only question is, what would Eric Berry be willing to accept? And I give him a 1-year deal. If Eric, man, you can stay healthy, and because as soon as you get healthy, you're starting. But if you could stay healthy for a whole year, can we rewrite you another contract? Now take this one right now as a show me contract, and next year we'll rewrite this. I would in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Mark, man, we're going to go. I'll look for you Friday, all right?
Yo, Friday, I'm definitely going to hit you, my brother. And it's Niner Empire over here in Jersey. We deep with it. And great talking to you again, bro. Thank you for everything.
Thanks, family. All right, shout out to Jersey. All right, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, listen. And Coach Tim says, what's up? Shanahan really saying he'd welcome a trade. Or no, Coach, I'm not kidding. Shanahan was on on Schefter's podcast. It was serious. I listened to it. He ain't playing. If somebody calls up and offers Kyle the right thing, Kyle is fearless. Because like I say, Kyle's kind of he's developing an arrogance. He knows no matter what players he's got, he's going to get the ones that fit his program, and he's going to turn them into demons. And he's right. Because when you look at the Atlanta Falcons right now, they don't look nothing like they did when Kyle was there. They were invincible when Shanahan was there. They were beating the hell out of teams. Now look at them. They can't make the playoffs. Shanahan's scary. Him and Belichick on the same team, they dominate forever. Hey, Kenny! He says, how do you get 17 sacks without technique? Please explain. If Bulls has such higher technique, then why don't he have 17 sacks? Go ahead, I'll wait. Kenny, it's Bosa doesn't put in enough time. He hasn't put in enough time to be able to get that many sacks because he hasn't moved it out there that long. Kenny, put it this way: 3 games, four sacks. couple of fumbles and something. Let's see, how many games are in the NC2A season? So let's say Joey every, see, 1, 2, 3. Let's say they play 12 games. I'm not sure how many they play. How many they play? 3. I figure Bosa would probably at least come close to that, if not that. You got to realize he gets 17 sacks, and his technique is not bad. Somebody explained to me yesterday that Allen's technique is a little better. He's learned about. He used to be all about speed. He's added some moves now, and like I said, I wouldn't be mad if we get Allen. I'm not mad. I just think that Joey is a Maserati of this whole lot. So that's all I'm saying. Uh-oh. And as soon as we said that, here comes James. James is gonna come in and point out why Allen is the better player. But James, also do address the fact that Kyle Shanahan may be trading out a position to get either one of our guys as well. So go ahead.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you, man?
James, I'm doing all right. I'm a little nervous because as confident and cocky as I've been feeling lately, it's starting to diminish with Kyle Shanahan talking crazy on these podcasts. But go ahead.
Well, I can tell you this much. What I do believe and happen to know about Kyle Shanahan, he is extremely confident as well as very discreet in everything that they do, and a lot of things that they're doing when it comes to draft week or draft month, it's a smokescreen because we don't have the slightest idea, right?
No.
We're hoping and planning and saying we wish these guys would make this pick, but I can say one thing I do believe: they know that if all goes well, we will not be picking this high for a lot of years to come. They know the value in this pick, and I can guarantee you when he says that, yeah, we're more than open to trading, if the right offer comes up. But for that second pick in the first round, you're really going to have to reach high, buddy. You're gonna have to reach really high. You may have to give up one of your better players, okay, and a boatload of draft picks. That's just something mind blowing. I mean, look what they did in year one. I think Chicago had the fourth pick, I believe it was, and they traded up. What did we pick? Second that year?
Oh, you mean that year before last when they pick up Trubisky?
Yeah. When they picked up Trubisky. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us a couple of picks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah.
And the thing was they were only 3 spots down, I believe. Afterwards.
And they would have got him because we weren't going for Trubisky. I don't know what made them think that.
No. But it's okay. And you see, this is why I know if you're talking that second pick in the first round, you're going to really have to give up a lot. And I can tell you one thing. There's some people that are so high hung and believing that the Cardinals are going to pick Kyler Murray. But if they're going to pick Kyler Murray, if you're sitting there with the number one pick in the draft, then why are you bringing in the top echelon of defensive players? Because Nick Bosa just worked out for him. I think it was yesterday.
They had dinner and everything.
Yeah, and this kind of puzzles me because really, I mean, they're sitting there with the number one pick, and if they're so high hung on this guy Murray, why are you still? I know you got to bring in other players. I understand that's part of the business, but you're talking the top tier players that are on the draft board, and it's just to me, it's kind of questionable.
James, you know what though? I just want to interject there on that. I have a feeling like Kyle has talked about, I'm here to answer the phone. I think the Cardinals might be willing to listen to somebody say, hey, Cards, we know you want Kyler Murray, but listen, we're willing to give you this, and this, and next year we're willing to give you this too. And, okay, then bingo, the Cards would have to go with it, and maybe pick up even, what's that guy's name? His name, there's another kid in this draft other than Haskins.
that tall Drew Lock,
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something like that.
I got to tell
Yeah,
you,
Drew
I
Lock.
got a feeling he is better than Haskins after watching him work out. So,
Well,
we'll see. He's got a little more diversity to his game is what it is. But go ahead, make you
you know,
yeah.
there's only a handful of teams that when it comes to picking quarterbacks,
Mm,
they're not even going to entertain the quarterbacks that they feel are undersized.
right.
And you've had some good ones in Russell Wilson. You've had
Boys been
some good
beating us
ones in
for
Drew Brees.
years. Boy.
Yeah, but the thing
Nobody owns us
is,
like Russell Wilson.
the only downside to a quarterback like Wilson is you cannot really keep a great offensive line around him because that scrambling when he drops back and these linemen are knowing that it's a pass, they got to scramble from so many different ends of the field to protect this guy. And once they start to get winded, you're talking to a human being that's 6'4.25", 6'5", 330 something pounds. Man, those guys, listen, let me tell you something. I mean, they're sucking wind. They're sucking wind, whereas they like are looking at the sideline like, "Hey, coach, man, I don't know. I need to be energized, and them overripe bananas ain't getting it right now. Somebody better run. Somebody better run the Wendy's and get me one of them doggone triple stackers and
Yeah.
bring me a six pack of them. Because I
Oh,
mean, but the bottom line is, it's like I'm just curious. You're sitting there in the number one. You're picking first. Nobody can trade up over you. Nobody can do any deals over your head. And then you're still bringing in the top players that are defensive players. And realistically, you need more help on that team than just worrying about upgrading at quarterback
they
because
need
really,
they need off.
Josh Rosen was sacked 45 times last year.
Yeah, they need offensive linemen. They need wide
40,
receivers. They don't, and they
45
got
times.
two guys coming off the edge that they don't
Yep.
need. The Cardinals don't have a problem with their
Mhm.
defense.
Well,
Beat
the
our
thing
brains
is,
out.
it's kind of like it is what it is. But I'll say this much: when it comes to Shanahan, I don't think he's going to tip his hand at all. I think they are realizing him, Adam Peters, and John Lynch and Parag Marte. They are really realizing. Listen, this year, do we pass up on players that fit exactly what we do? And I know you're a Bosa fan, and you know that I'm a Josh Allen fan. That's not going to change. Whoever they pick is not going to hurt me. But I will say this much: if you're saying the best player available, okay, we've got a linebacker that we paid a lot of money to. That in the 2 years he's been there, may have played 4 whole games. Okay, 4, maybe 4.
I knew I knew you'd get to
And
him
I
as
think
soon. But
I think I'm stretching it when I say 4. I mean, if you compact all the quarters and everything, it might be three whole games and maybe 8 minutes out of a quarter in the fourth game. Okay, and it's like I agree with Kenny. Listen, 17 sacks, and people want to say you don't have the
guys,
greatest technique.
I
Well,
agree.
he didn't pay no referee off to allow him to have those calls.
James,
Okay,
we're out of time though, James, and
I
because
know it. I know we are. I know we are.
and not
Okay,
and
yeah, I
not
know.
just because you started in about Josh Allen. I
No,
love me
no,
some Josh Allen. I really do. I got
I
nothing
do
against him.
too. And I got your email too. I got your email. I
Yeah,
sent
give
you.
me a response on that too. All right,
Yeah, I
all right,
did. Whenever you're ready, just let me know. But
all
like I
right.
said,
Good, 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 good. All
that
right.
that's the pick I'm looking at. And for the people that believe in DJ Metcalf, and I know you got to go DK Metcalf, big phenomenal player. But let's not forget, he did have a neck surgery. I
Yeah.
just wanted to put that out there when it comes to some
Boy,
medical
that dude is
situations. A neck surgery,
that's a physical
and he's a
specimen.
big dude.
Yeah.
With
All right, James.
linebackers and safeties, hitting them from all sides. Thank you, Ronbo, 9 Rim
Thank you,
59.
James.
Love what you do. Josh Allen is that one for me. Don't y'all forget it. Empire. Don't nobody be mad at me. That's who I'm going with. I'm sticking to my guns all the way. Niner Empire, Niner for life once again. I would say a little more, but I got to go. Have a good evening.
You'll save some of that for Friday, James. I'll see you then, okay?
No problem.
Night, James.
All right, have a great evening. Thank you.
Yeah, God. And Jim Thorokill says, it's my wife's birthday. She's a huge sports fan. It's hard to find a woman that understands the Empire. Can you give her an Empire happy birthday and sing Ronbo? Her name is Diane. You know I will. Let me go through another. Kenny also says, we're going to need you to put up a video collage of Bosa techniques, and I'll post a video of Josh Allen sacks numbers. I would ask for post a sack video, but there ain't one. Josh Allen, 17 sacks, 16 games. Come on now. Gary, believe me, that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at potential here. And I don't say I don't like Josh. I like him. If we get him, I'll be fine. I just think Bosa works better for this team. And it's for lots of reasons. Not technique. Okay, honestly, Allen's good, but his technique does not compare with Bosa. But he is good, and he uses speed and leverage, and he's got a wraparound ability that's not bad. I'm not knocking Allen. I'm just saying my choice. If I got between the two, I'm taking the hammer. The doctor says, Williams on the inside, we don't need Diva Bosa. Let him go to the goddamn Jets. Bosa, one thing about Bosa, boy, those of us who like Bosa, we don't have a problem with Allen. But Allen fans, what they just hate on Bosa, boy. Jeff Tarrant is Murray to Arizona is pretty much a lock. 1,000 odds in Vegas. That's huge. It makes only sense. You got to give that new coach his guy. That's just the way it works. And when he's 7 times Eddie, 3 times champ, if we trade the pick, get DK and call Jerry to help him out, boy. But I can see Jerry now. All right, DK, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take you right up the street here, and let's get into that yoga class and see if we can loosen them hips up. What? Yeah, man, you too tight. You got all them muscles on top of the muscles on top of the muscles. We got to get that stuff pliant. You got to be able to swing your hips, bro. As you see big DK in the class with a bunch of girls. Hey, let me sing happy birthday to hey, Jorge. Thanks, fam. And get back to Diane. Are you ready, D? Are you ready, Diane? Loosen it up first. Happy 49ers birthday to you, Diane. Happy Niners birthday to Diane. Happy birthday, Diane. Boy, I tell you what, ain't nothing finer than a lady Niner. Hey, oh yeah, come on in here, Sean. See, Sean's always that voice of reason. When everybody else is talking crazy, Sean comes in and pours some. What does it take to simmer something down? You pour milk into it. No, you can't pour milk into a bad stomach. It'll make it worse. Sean. Sean, what's up?
Oh, man, that was good, Rob. I wasn't expecting that. That was good. What's up, buddy?
Oh, man, I'm just sitting back here. I'm tripping now because I already know I set myself up for disappointment on draft night anyway. The expectations need to be tempered. Don't get too crushed up in this stuff, because I got my feelings hurt when we picked up Solomon T that night when I was arguing. Well, you and I both and some others was arguing with the Solomon folks, and they upped and called his name, boy.
Right.
God.
Right. I couldn't believe it. That was Yeah, that draft night. I'll just leave it at that. That draft night, you know. But you know, I'm starting to, as much as I would like Bosa, if we don't get Bosa, like, and you said, and you said it nicely too. You know, guys who like Nick Bosa, they're not mad at Josh Allen, but guys who love Josh Allen, they're not feeling Nick Bosa.
At all.
It's funny how that. It's funny how that works. It's really what it boils down. It's really what it boils down to. Nick Bosa guys, they just really want to fiend off the edge. You know, that's what it boils down to. And if we don't get Nick Bosa, I don't think it'll be the end of the world for us. But we know that we need a fiend off the edge. We just need that guy off the edge, and we believe Nick Bosa is that guy. This is what it boils down to. But at some point, as much as I would like to believe and say that the Cardinals are 100% all in on Kyler Murray, I just don't know about that. You know, I just.
It's hard to believe, huh?
So,
especially told everybody already. I mean, that's crazy.
Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, if they do go Kyler Murray, it's like we got the number 1 pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what it boils down to. And for us to trade back, because I have this weird feeling, and it's a good feeling, that after this year, this is going to be the last time in a long time that we'll be picking this high.
This high, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to be a long time before that happens. So I believe unless like one of your other callers said, and I've said it before, somebody's going to have to give up the whole farm for that number 2. But being there at that number 2, and I'm even starting to understand what some people are thinking on the Quinnen Williams thing, with the whole simple fact that our interior, from what we seen last year, it's nothing to get excited about. You know what I mean? It's really nothing to get excited about, but we really need that edge guy. I mean, we've been screaming for it for so long. Then all of a sudden we got assholes talking about Quinnen Williams and Rashawn Gary. You know what I mean? Like
I'm still scared of Rashawn Gary. I'm in the back of my mind, I see the 49ers somehow getting around to him and calling his name.
Here's the thing. It won't happen with Rashawn Gary. Even if we trade back, we're not picking Rashawn Gary. It's just not going to happen. He was such a high recruit coming out of high school. And then when he got to college, he was like a dud. You know what I mean? He wasn't really making no waves. I mean, he's considered a letdown in comparison to how high they were on him coming out of high school. You know what I mean? There's just the hype train, the draft committee trying to get all these guys hyped up so they can build up their viewers and everything like that.
And the red carpet on draft night, I know.
Yeah, you know. So even if we trade back, Rashawn Gary's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. Here's the thing, John Lynch. We know how his first rounders panned out the last couple. Okay,
last year was okay.
McGlinchey was amazing, but when you think about it, the year before that there was still 2 first rounders there. We lost 2 first rounders that I can't say lost. We lost one of them, but the other one, Lynch just fell in love with them. You know, going to college with them and being a Stanford boy and all that bullshit. You know, yeah. So exactly, classmates. John Lynch knows he better fucking get this one right. He better get it right because he done fucked up 2 first rounders. You know what I mean?
And that'll go on his legacy.
There's no way around it.
I know. That's going to follow him until the 49ers get to a Super Bowl, when he can finally have that interview that day. Yeah, it started out rocky for us, as you know, in that first year. We picked up a couple of first-round picks. It kind of disappointed us to a degree, but Solomon's come along. He's okay now, but we lost Reuben Foster, as you know. And here we are sitting here this parade and having a good time. So I guess we can look back on that pain as a learning experience. You know how some of these PR guys, John Lynch is a great PR guy. You can tell that big grin on his face when he's talking, making it look like you shouldn't take this so serious. That's Lynch.
Right. No, for sure. The only reason why I can see us going interior at the number 2 is just because the unsurety of Solomon, and they believe they can get an edge rusher later on. You know what I mean? That's the only That's the only reason why I would believe if they do go interior, it's because the uncertainty of Solomon. That's it. So if they do that, they'll have a guy who's going to be under the new defensive line coach for this year, okay, and see what Solomon Thomas does. And if Solomon Thomas doesn't pan out, they get rid of Solomon. Now we have a guy that's been under this D-line coach for 2 years now, if that makes sense. That's the only reason why I can see them going interior. But other than that, I believe we're going to go edge rusher at number 2. But
we got one edge rusher,
yeah.
Sean. We got one. You can't. You need to have more than one, no matter what.
What I'm waiting to see is if Arizona Cardinals, if they don't go Kyler Murray, and for some fucking reason they go Nick Bosa, and Nick Bosa, okay, and Nick Bosa just lights up Garoppolo. Okay, there's going to be some people who's pissed off next year. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? So we're praying that Arizona takes Kyler. We don't want as much as and the same guys who are talking shit about Nick Bosa. The last person they want to see on the edge against us is fucking Nick Bosa.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
And then they'll start believing and understanding. Yeah,
Right.
Then you'll understand. You don't want him coming at you. Yeah.
Right.
God.
Exactly. You guys talk that shit about Nick Bosa, but the last person you want to see against us is Nick Bosa. Let me just leave it right there for you.
There you go, Sean. Good stuff, Sean. I hope you get a chance Friday, man. Get on back in there, all right?
Yes, sir. Over now.
Have a good night, John. There you go. See, I thought about that. I says, I don't. Joey's bad news. I says, I don't know Joey Bosa, man. That dude, I'm watching him with the Chargers. I'm thinking, man, I knew he was going to be pretty good, but Jesus Christ, I didn't know he was that good. And that's why when somebody says, yeah, you think Joey's good, Nick's better than he is, that's what my mind was made up. And I'm watching clips on Nick. Nick's got a ruthless badger, I'm going to get you. And unlike some guys who come off the edge, you can go ahead. There's some guys, of course, who can contain Nick. I did see that. But the percentages are low. Whereas usually Nick handles them. And when I say handles them, I'm talking about some of the best swim. His quickness is what made me crazy, and his strength in combination with. And the dude has got it all, man. Hey, Will. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Coach. Guys, our second pick in the first round's value was 2,600 points. So any 2 picks and or a player would have to be in the mix for a trade down with someone. Question is, who is willing to? I know. And for what, Coach? That's the thing I want to know. Luck, Haskins, it's usually for a quarterback that guys spend those kind of assets because the quarterback that's the franchise, right? So I'm trying to figure that one out. Who would trade up and how far down would they be coming from? Adrian Gutierrez says, hey, we shouldn't trade down. I agree, Adrian. Oh, I agree. Bob Munning says, Nick Bosa looks legit. Oh, there's no doubt about it. No matter what anybody says. You can love Allen all you want to, but forget about thinking Nick Bosa sucks. He don't. Salvador Brabisca says we should have traded for Emmanuel Ogbah. Hey, I heard about Ogbah. Is that trade over? Has he already been picked up by somebody? I heard about that trade yesterday. Yeah, so Cleveland's getting rid of guys like Ogbah. Manver Sandu. Quentin Williams is much better prospect than Nick Bosa. People are overrating Nick Bosa because of the Bosa name, which is a damn good name. Because when you watch Joey play, if him and Nick are on the same mold, you ain't getting no bad player there. And the Recovery 716 sounds like a television series, doesn't it? The Recovery 716. Prime time, 9 p.m. My list of most anticipated April events: Game of Thrones. I'm talking about TV shows, and sure enough. In my list of most anticipated April events: Game of Thrones, final season, Avengers Endgame, Ronbo's in your face, at your pace, live draft coverage, Niners. Thanks for recovery. I can't wait, man. Oh, man. Especially if I got my boy Nick coming off the edge that night, because 49er fans will finally stop with the we don't need Nick saying things like, Boy, you guys are right, man. Bosa's a beast. Okay. And then we pan over to wherever Josh Allen is, and he's doing okay, but doesn't remind you of Bosa, does he? I mean, Will, come on. Oh, Will, get on in here.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Will, I'm in here worried about Kyle talking crazy, man. Dude is telling people now, yeah, no, I'll listen to trade downs. Nobody's called yet. Man, I wish I could find a way to change the 49ers phone number so nobody could reach him. If you see a brother up on top of a pole outside the building snipping wires, you look like Ronbo. Call the police. Oh, man. Damn.
But yeah, hey man, shout out to all the callers except James. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These guys get it. Dre, Monk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sean, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all speaking the truth. Y'all speaking the truth just like me. See, y'all see the light. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody else just blind. Everybody else just blind and dark. Big Show can't see no darkness. He just I don't know what kind of dimensional world he in, but I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, man. You know, when I was in elementary school, man, I was a badass kid. I always get into trouble. You know, so my mama came up to the school one time, and you know, she said she had to sit in class with me because I was too bad. You know, it was kind of embarrassing.
That'll make you straighten up.
You know, yeah, that make it straighten up. So when the kid went out to recess, I got up on my feet, wanted to go too. My mama said, "Sit your ass back down, and you stay right there." If Kyle Shanahan, John, my kids, I tell you to sit your ass at number 2 and don't you move until Nick Bosa get here. That's what I would say. Sit your ass down, stay here till Nick Bosa get here. So that's what they need to do, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Out of all the needs that we wanted, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan went out and got the guys that we needed to fill the voids in our offense and defense, man. Why the hell would you want to give up your number 2? Why would you give up your number 2? You got top-notch players that you can pick. You can pick either one of them. You got the option to do it. You got the chance to do it. And you want to trade back? For what? What is the point? If you want to trade back, goddammit, you better get us some players that gonna come in the team. I tell you what. Cowboys. If the Cowboys want the number 2 pick, goddamn it, you better give us DeMarcus Lawrence. If the Redskins
I can live with that.
Want to get if the Redskins want that pick, hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay. Oh, my fault. If the Redskins want the damn number 2 pick, well, damn it, give us Josh Norman. If the Falcons want the number 2 pick, damn it, better give us Julio Jones. I'm telling you, man.
There you go.
You better not trade out that pick. If you do, you better give some players and some draft picks. But, you know what I'm saying, you don't really need to do it, man. You need to go ahead and get Bosa, man. I'm tired of it. See, before the season started, we was talking about the draft, and everybody was talking about, we tired of getting another defensive lineman every year. We tired of getting a defensive lineman. Now everybody want to get Quentin Williams, another D-lineman. Now everybody want to get Quentin Williams. Man, get off that, man. But like I said, I ain't knocking Williams, man. Williams is a good player, but I'm telling you, man, we need another edge rusher on the other side to help, you know, to complement D4, man. I'm telling you, man, we good on the D line. We good with the interior. We got Bogner, we got Armstead, DJ Jones, Detavia Street when he come out there this season, man. We good on the line, man. We need pressure on the edge, man. I'm telling you, this past season, we was making noise in the defensive interior. We was making noise, but the thing is, we couldn't get off the edge. We couldn't. Our edge presence wasn't there. That's why teams was passing on us, especially the Rams and all our division teams. But now if you get Bosa, man, you get Bosa and you get Ford coming off the edge, man, and got Bugner and Armstead coming in through the middle. I'm telling you, man, the quarterback is not going anywhere. He's not going to be able to get out the pocket. He's not going to be able to sit there and read the offense and read the defense and stuff like that. And we can sack him. We can sack fumble, all that type of stuff you get Bosa, man. You gotta close the walls in on your quarterback so he can't escape. So, I mean, if I gave y'all a poll right now, would y'all trust Armstead? Like I always ask, would you trust Armstead and Thomas on the edge with D Ford? And would y'all trust that? You know, because if D Ford and Bugner is coming at Patrick Mahomes, he running on the other side. He gonna run past Armstead and Thomas. Armstead and Thomas ain't gonna get there. They're not gonna make the play. You gotta play these guys the way they known to play. You gotta keep Thomas inside, and you gotta keep Armstead inside. I'm telling you, man, Armstead, Solomon Thomas, he good on the inside. I give him that. That's where he needs to be. I know I'm always riding him because you can't play on the edge, but you put him inside, he's a monster.
Yeah.
He's a monster. You ain't gonna run and you ain't gonna pass on him. I mean, so why is everybody want to get Quentin Williams, man, when we already stacked with the D-line? We already got violence inside the D-line. We just need violence on the edge. Come on, man. It's so simple. It's so simple. A little kid can tell you all this right now. A little kid can tell you this all right now. Come on, man. Be real. I mean, what kind? Y'all just making up stuff. Y'all just making up stuff just so you can come on the Ronbo show and have an argument. That's all you do. Just making up stuff. That's all you doing.
Yes.
You just making up stuff just so you can have an argument. That's all you doing. I mean, come on, man. Y'all gotta wake up, bro. It's simple as 1, 2, 3. Get Bosa, man, and of course, Bosa and Allen and all these other players are visiting other teams. Man, that's just part of the business. I mean, hell, the Giants said they're gonna bring in Bosa for an interview.
Hey, he's the number one consensus pick. Everybody's got to call him in. Nick's going to be fat at the end of all this with all the meals he's got to have.
Yeah.
Unless he's ordering them salad omelets like Quentin Williams is.
Right. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's all part of the business, man. All these teams bringing all the other players in. That's just it. I mean, that's just, even though they bring you in, don't mean they're going to draft you. Just part of the business, man. So y'all need to trip up off that. But at the end of the day, Nick Bosa is the pick, man. Y'all need to just quit coming up here, bringing up your own false opinions about stuff when you know the truth. The truth is Bosa. I'm telling you that right now, man. And I'm tired of hearing about people, us bringing in players and talking about their injury history. Okay, that was then. This is now. They healed up. They straight. They pass the physical, now they go out there and make something happen. If that was the case, we wouldn't be getting these guys. I'm tired of hearing about the injuries. Y'all keep on talking about injuries. We're gonna fuck around and we're gonna speak this shit into existence, and everybody gonna get hurt again. Then we gotta mess around and take away all the staff again, fire the dude that we just hired, all the other people, gotta do all that and start all over again because these damn injuries, man. Y'all quit jinxing that shit. Y'all just be quiet, man. I know you gotta go.
We gotta go.
I know you gotta go.
Great
get off,
stuff, man. Will. I loved it.
Right. All right, man. Y'all already know. Y'all already know what it is, man. Shout out to the Empire, not the Empire, man. Fuck Rudy. And I do believe that the Rams lost the Super Bowl and they broke. Fuck the Raiders. They ain't shit. Never will be shit. That's my motto for the Raiders. Never was shit. Never be shit. And y'all have a good night, and increase the peace in the chat. Stay consistent.
Please.
Ronbo takes his time out to do that. So all right, man. All right, I'm out of here, man.
Thanks, Will. Talk to you later.
All right.
It's gonna be funny. The groups are being firmly established now. You know what's really funny? Because I guess Quentin Williams' group is kind of the small group. And then you got, of course, the Bosa versus Allen groups. Those are the two biggest ones. DK Metcalf wasn't there until people started talking about DK's hips. You could actually hear him grinding gears as he's going down the road. Or moving like them Transformers. Boy, if DK ever gets away to loosen them hips, ooh, man. Eric Sanchez in the house tonight. He says if Myles Garrett was coming out on this draft, who's better, Nick Bosa or Garrett? Myles Garrett. What was Myles Garrett's record of? Since we measure by sacks, wasn't he up there in some crazy number as well? But, I don't know. I can't answer that one, Eric. Garrett's good. The thing is, I really can't answer that today. I give the edge. I got to wait. I can't say that yet. These guys got to be on the same level at the same time. I want to see, because people talk about what Nick does. The thing is, Nick demolishes his competition because they're not on his level. That's why I want to see him at the pro level. And Jorge Ruiz, hey, Jorge, thank you, fam. All right. Oh, it's Monday night. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. My main dude. Show. Show's imitating us. He's imitating us crying. Show, listen. Show, listen. I'm telling you right now. We're gonna see who's gonna be crying come draft night. All right. Yeah.
Well, I hate to break your guys' hearts, but Josh Rosen was sitting at the Cardinals' voluntary workout today, so
that's what he's.
There's
that's
a
what
little
he's
news flash
supposed
right
to
there
do.
for you guys.
He's supposed to look like he's very
he's
dedicated.
He's going nowhere. So,
he's got to set an example.
And they're not drafting Kyler Murray, so you can get that thought out of your heads right away. And there goes Nick Bosa.
Yeah. No, probably there goes Josh Allen. Hey, good shot, Jersey. Listen, the Cardinals have no place to put Nick Bosa. Why you take a first string pick? If you're going to use a first string, you got to play him, right? If anything, an offensive lineman is going first. Which that's usually out of the ordinary,
it's not
too,
going
though.
first overall.
Yeah,
No.
They'll trade down.
First overall pick.
If they're going to keep Rosen, they'll just trade down.
But then the Raiders will probably trade up and get Nick Bosa.
There you go.
So,
or they're going to go up and get Kyler Murray. There's a threat about that going around that I find extremely funny. Look how next time you look at a mock draft, a series of them, look how many black logos are at the top of the list. I don't know where these people are getting that from, but I find that hysterically funny. Has Gruden had enough of Carr?
Honestly, the body language between them two, it's a little awkward when you see it on the field. It's like it's fake. You know what I mean? Like you can tell there's no relationship there. So Gruden, I don't know. It's a weird situation. I don't know.
Gruden's a hard guy to get along with. From what all the analysts say that have had to deal with him, this is very difficult.
I don't see them going quarterback, like I said before, that in the first round, because they have to feel that Khalil Mack void, Ronbo. I mean, John Gruden was seen crying for the past 3 days after the trade happened. There's actually reports out there of him actually crying when they traded him away.
I'm telling you, Gruden's on medication of some kind, and he didn't take his medication for those 3 days. There's something wrong with Gruden. He could have made a phone call during that time that he wouldn't make one. He wouldn't even talk to Mac. Mac may have settled for a lesser deal or something. Gruden wouldn't even communicate with him. Remember, the first few weeks he was there, Gruden didn't say a word to Khalil Mack, and the pending thing was Khalil Mack is not happy with his salary. Okay, so John,
and the reason why I called tonight is because I tried to prepare you guys for this scenario that happened, and you all didn't want to listen. You were so stuck on Nick Bosa. You were so far up his rear end you could see for him.
God, here we go. Here we go.
I tried to warn you guys. I tried to warn you. If we do a trade down scenario, this is the type of player that John and Kyle would pick up in Ja'Kai Polite. And the reason why is because Ja'Kai Polite, it was either I was stuck on Rashawn Gary for about an hour when I was doing my later rounds, Ronbo. I'm not kidding you. I was debating whether or not.
Oh, I believe it. I do.
It was either between him and Rashawn Gary, and I chose Ja'Kai Polite because there are comps out there of him being comparable to Vic Beasley. And in Vic Beasley in 2016, he had 15 sacks for the Falcons. And if there's similar traits to Vic Beasley and Ja'Kai Polite, and Vic Beasley worked with Kyle Shanahan when he was in Atlanta, then there's no question that Kyle Shanahan's going to pick Ja'Kai Polite with that pick in the trade down scenario. A lot of people say that Vic Beasley is not that great right now. Well, Dan Quinn tried to get cute a little bit and decided to move him over to linebacker, and his sack numbers plummeted. Ronbo. I mean, He went from 15 sacks to one season to 5 the next season. You know, I mean, you can't do that to a player like that, whose strongest suit is being at the end. And they put him on the left outside. They put him on the left outside.
Who's playing the other side?
That's Takaris McKinley, I think. So that was a kid they drafted out of UCLA.
That's, you're finding every player that failed and using him as an example as to why Bosa's going to be him. You've even said that Bosa and Solomon Thomas, you don't see a lot of difference. Somebody even put up the size
No, I really don't.
and height and everything. He said, you guys are reaching to throw mud on this guy.
We are not
I don't get it.
reaching. We're the ones who are trying to get you guys to go look elsewhere as far as edges go. Ronbo, you guys are so stuck on one name. I don't even know if he has any flaws or not. You guys tell him, oh, Nick Bosa's our pick. Nick Bosa's got to be the one for us. Nick Bosa's the number one player that needs to be picked for our draft position.
By the way, we're not the ones who made that determination. There's other football people that made that determination, and I saw him play, and I agree. He is all of that in a bag of chips. Now, you got your own faves. You're telling me Rashawn Gary and these other people. But I mean,
you saw 1 year of his college highlights, and that's the best year he's had.
I watched him year before last, and somebody said he was better than Joey, and I was just curious about that. And at that time, I thought he was good. I didn't know if he's better than Joey, but now looking at him, I could see where the comparison comes from.
No. Anyways, and as far as wanting to play against him in our division or whatever, I am okay with that because Michael Glenchie will bitch slap him and manhandle him, just like Trent Brown bitch slapped and manhandled Joey Bosa. So that's their biggest weakness, going up against elite tackles in the NFL. And that's shown in their college film too. Going up against elite tackles in college, they
How many teams have elite tackles? Show how many?
Very rare. Oh, and they don't have to be elite. They
do.
Very serviceable.
If you're gonna stop Bosa and you're just okay, you're gonna get beat. Show okay. I understand your frustration, but you need to prepare yourself. If Bosa's available number 2, he's coming to San Francisco.
Because I'm confident that he's not going to be coming to us, and I'm confident that we're going to be traded down. I'm not preparing myself for anything.
But I suggest you do. Make sure you're in a padded room. So we got to go. I was looking for you Friday, and we'll continue this. Oh, God. Oh. Can we please hang the phone up, please? Oh, God, I can't stand it. A grown man crying in invitation. Either way, it's just not going to work. All right. Hey, let me go over here and check. Hey, Donna Bell, what's up? Oh, Donna Bell says, hey, to all the Niner fam. And Ermac 4949, got to get Bosa with number 2 or trade down with the Jags, swap number 1s, and we send Goodwin and receive Ramsey. The problem with the Jags have already picked up their quarterback. I don't know if they're going to be in the mood to make any deals. Especially, you know what? Ramsey's in it. I'm surprised Ramsey hasn't been involved in any kind of chatter. You might be able to get Ramsey for something. I don't know, it's probably too late now. Nobody even dealt with him. I think they're going to put up with him. Kenneth Jennings. Why trade down if we wouldn't give it up for OBJ? Sounds stupid, but with these guys, I'm not surprised that we let Le'Veon go to the Jets for $13 million, but gave Quan $13.5 to an ACL-injured player. Yeah, well, and again, it was the Giants that didn't want to make that deal. That was the 49ers tried, Le'Veon. Yeah, well, Le'Veon, I don't understand the Le'Veon thing at all. Unless, like somebody said, maybe he wanted to stay on the East. I don't know. At Ricardo Rodriguez. And sometimes the obvious is hard to see. I hope Kyle Shanahan doesn't get too cute with the number 2 pick. Ricardo, so true. Let's not clown around. A lot of these things are contingent on what the Cards do. I think 49ers may be thinking that way too. So if the Cards do pull a number and they do stay without Kyler, and they go ahead and pick up Nick, the 49ers probably have a contingency plan in place to go another direction and get what they want. I'm not sure if it's Quentin Williams, but we'll see. Hey, big homie in there. Hey, big homie, come on in, man.
That's you. Ronbo.
Yeah.
Man. What's on, big dog?
You know, I'm sitting there like I'm having a deal with Big Show calling, taking shots at me already. You know, it's okay, though, because if things go the way I planned that night, revenge will be sweet. But, you know, we never know. It's hard to tell this time of year who's doing what. Everybody's lying their butt off and doing things to fool people. So there's no way to know what the truth is. Kyle's getting on podcast. Hell yeah, I'll trade down. Damn right. Ain't nobody called me yet. Kyle, stop it.
That's what I think we doing, big dog. I think we switching up the tactic this year. Like normally we throw a lot of smoke screens. This time the best way to hide is out in the open, man. They won't quit it, man.
True.
Hey.
I admit that's true.
Nah, I'm cool with whoever we get, man, to be honest, as long as it's 1 and 3. Obviously, I'm pulling for Quentin because, I mean, I get it. We do need another edge rusher. I'm not going to lie, man, obviously. But I wasn't lying when I told you. Well, I mean, you know, even if they don't, right? Even if they don't manage to and they go a different direction, I'm kind of feeling like with those 3 right there, I could have you out there on that other end, Ronbo.
See,
I'm serious.
that's what I'm talking about.
It don't matter. Don't matter who's over there. So, you know, as long as they serviceable, with those 3 right there, oh my gosh. See, people forget how much of a freak Quentin really is, man. Golly. And, you know, look, Bosa's good too. But everybody keep acting like they all of a sudden satisfied with Solomon Thomas and Eric Armstead. Everybody been talking about trading. You know
what, though?
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it's a maturity process. You know, Eric stayed on the field all year last year, and he did a good job against the run. His pass rush could improve, but the 49ers, you know, when you lack one element like the 49ers have forever, I got a feeling that defense is going to look entirely different. A lot of players on that front line are going to look different too. Now that you got D Ford raising pure hell on that other side, things will change now with the rest of the roles of these guys. So I'm looking forward to what happens now.
I am too, man. Honestly, I'm just really happy. I think the whole offseason was amazing, man. If we get Josh Allen, if we get Bosa, I'll live. Now, if we get Quentin, I'm definitely going to call in and talk my shit, but, you know.
You should. You have a right to. Just like Big Show, if we pick up Rashawn Gary. Although, if Big Show calls, we pick up Rashawn Gary, I'm not answering. Big Show, I ain't answering the phone that night. Everybody hearing about Rashawn Gary? And I wish you'd stop asking for that. My God.
Right.
Ooh,
right.
No. I mean, I like Rashawn Gary. He's okay. I don't want him number 15, maybe.
Nah, yeah, you know, I normally agree with Show, but I got to disagree with him on that one. I really don't want no damn Rashawn Gary. I'm cool on that, man. Nah, but, you know, I just wanted to get on and just holler, man. You know, I'm not going to beat you up today. Normally I'd be trying to beat you up, man. I'm going to live, but... You know, I just want to get on with the Empire, man. Say what's up. Shout out to TNT, Big Show, you know what I'm saying? All the love. Man, where y'all mean at? I ain't seen y'all mean in forever.
Hey, it's worrisome. I don't know. His working hours shift sometimes. He goes period sometimes you don't see him, and then he shifts back. So I guess he's okay. I'm pretty sure he's okay. I mean, unless he had he may have had some bad tilapia fish. That may be a scare. I hope not. That could have you in the hospital for months.
But I'll let you go, Ronbo, man. Hey, man. Definitely love what you do, man. Keep doing it. And I'm going to be here, man. When the next time you going to be on?
Yeah, Friday. Be Friday. Unless something crazy happens between now and the weekend. If something crazy comes on, like what I was joking about at the beginning of the show with Julio, we'll be on right away. So, yeah, it's like that.
Okay.
All right, Phil.
Have a good night. Man. That's a bad. Hey, you too, bro.
Hey, night. And let's go check out Brian. Hey, Brian.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Brian, man, I'm in here holding church services, man, trying to get prayers up for my boy Nick, and then I got people in here praying the other way. It's become a praying battle.
Understandable. But we got to look at this trade down scenario, right? There's an imperative piece. It's an imperative piece to this trade down scenario, though.
All right.
This is the thing, right? Jimmy G has showed us that he possibly can't stay healthy. So in the event that we do trade down, we have to get a first-round pick in 2021. And the reason why, because Trevor Lawrence will be available in that draft. Now, if that happens and we can get out that $100 million we just paid Jimmy G, then we're looking at something. Or if Jimmy G turns into the great quarterback that we all think he is, we got 2 picks in 2021, which is going to be an impact draft.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Now, if we trade back, everybody like Brian Burns. We know he's not going to fall to the second. We know he's not going to fall to the second round. He probably won't get past Green Bay.
Most likely.
Let's just be honest. Most likely. And then we can probably get another pick, a second pick from a Green Bay or somebody else because they need defensive line help.
Yep.
So that gives us a chance to
definitely a pass rusher. Yeah.
Exactly. We can get a pass rusher. We can get a pass rusher from them at that pick, and then possibly use that second number one with our second to come up and get DK.
You know what though, Brian? I got to tell you, Green Bay's probably going to get either Campbell, Harry, AJ. Green Bay is going to be looking for a premier receiver. I've got a feeling, especially the position
I don't
they're
think
in.
they're going to take a receiver. I really think they're trying to bolster that defense because that's the thing. If they ain't been able to stop nobody since Aaron Rodgers been there.
True. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? But that means Rodgers is also working that defense too long. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And the last time they had something that resembled the defense, they won a Super Bowl.
True.
Mm-hmm. So I definitely think that's a trade back spot. And or if Washington want to give us the house, I'll go back to 15. Why not?
Oh, 15. What are you going to get at 15?
You can get DK if you're going to get a whole bunch of more picks.
Would you really get DK in the first round? Hey, no, I might think about DK in the second round. I need a receiver that's got some flexibility and can run routes and do some things.
We can talk about the hips, but once you get him into San Francisco, we already know Jerry going to get him right.
I love DK, though. You know, I couldn't be mad at it. I'd be scared, but I wouldn't be mad at it, you know? So, yeah.
Or even if we get a Montez Sweat, a Brian Burns, or what? I mean, it's several Colin Farrell, it's several pass rushers in this draft. But if we can get a 2021 first round pick, and then just in case, you feel me, we set. We put ourselves in a better situation going forward.
No, that's true. And you know, the thing about Peters and Mayhew, these guys see players that ain't being talked about. I didn't know nothing about Fred Warner last year, and he wasn't under the spotlight. Did Fred run across the red carpet on draft night? See, sometimes there's going to be players that nobody know about. Richie James got a hell of a lot of potential. We picked him up in the seventh round. We picked him up late, at any rate. I knew Dante Pettis was going to be a beast. I had him in my own personal mock draft. He can be a lot better, too. So it isn't always about the first round. I understand that. So, you know, if they do trade down, I figure they know what they're doing. I can trust them.
Exactly.
I still want
But if you can get a bunch of picks, but I mean, if the Cardinals do take Nick Bosa, I mean, somebody's going to come with the house because you got Miami that need a quarterback. You got Washington that needs a quarterback.
Bad.
It's a couple other teams getting quarterbacks. Somebody's going to come with the house. I mean, we definitely don't need to pick at that point if Bosa's not on the board, unless we take Josh Allen, which I think, Josh Allen would be good, but I think he's more of a linebacker than he is an edge rusher.
Yeah, same here. I really think Allen will get handled for some reason. Yeah. But he's still good.
If we were still in that 3-4, I would say Allen is a pick all the way.
Yeah, because he'd be coming off that edge where he's got plenty of space to maneuver. Yeah.
Exactly. And we already know that D4 going to play the wide 9 spot, so we're going to need somebody that's going to be a little bit bigger and that's going to get down there. I mean, we can get a Cleveland Farrell, which I don't think would be a sufficient pick. I mean, I would like to possibly do a little bit something better, but at the same time, definitely, if it's a trade back scenario, we just got to get some first round picks, possibly for next year and the year after. If we can get a 2021 first round, I'd take a second next year or a second and third next year in the 2021 first round. And then if something happens with Jimmy G again, we got more than enough capital.
Stop. You wishing somebody said, "Oh, don't even talk like that. Jimmy's gonna be fine."
I mean, You gotta think like a GM here. You gotta think like a GM. You don't think they thought about that?
No, I'm sure they did. That's why when people talk about trade Nick Mullins and get a pick, no, who you got? He got CJ backing him up. Now what we gonna do? No. Don't
keep
do
keep Nick Mullins for insurance.
Ooh,
just in case.
yes.
He can get us 2 or 3 games if something do happen.
Oh, Nick is gonna get better. That dude's got a lot of. You can see the fire in him. Nick, he insists on getting better. That's why I know he is going to get better. So and he's got the raw skills actually, from what I can see. So we'll be fine with Nick for the next couple of years.
And one player, a lot of people are talking about for us is Parrish Campbell out of Ohio State. That kid is fast, and he got the OBJ gene.
I seen him, and the 49ers. I know Kyle was foaming at the mouth watching. Kyle likes speed, but he wants to be able to move too. See, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, Brian,
we need. Go ahead.
No, I said we got to go. But I'll tell you what. I'll look for you Friday, and remember, don't go trading down past 15. 15 is already making me crazy. When you get into double digits, and you're talking 5 places in the double digits, now you're getting the leftovers. The sloppy seconds.
What they gonna have to give us if we go down into the teams?
Well, yeah, baby. Give me something good. I okay. Yeah. All right, Brian. I'll see you Friday. Oh God.
I'll be here.
All right, fam. And there's Kenny. Now Kenny says Ford, Buckner, Thomas, Allen, Quan, Warner, Allen. Kenny's still lining up his defensive line. I don't see any Bosa in that line. Oh, it's Allen. And there's a Big Show with. Big Show's got 3 fiddles. Let me guess. The song is "My Heart Bleeds for You." Show. Okay. Show, you're making it bad for yourself. I'm telling you right now. Eternal Creator says, I'm praying that the Cards take Bosa so we can trade back and get more players. But see, Eternal, you gotta be careful what you wish for, because what if nobody calls the 49ers at number 2? And there is a distinct possibility that could happen, because there's no real quarterback to trade. You can stay right where you are and get these quarterbacks. So I'm not sure if they're going to get anybody to call. Jerome 4310000. Bosa will be a problem signing family, all about money team. Second. Jerome, I got to tell you the truth. I am concerned with Bosa and his agent. The dude is really rough. I don't know if Proggs will be able to B-slap him or not, because that dude, I think it's Solomon Thomas had to say, we almost didn't sign Solomon. Solomon just told him to back off. And that's the only reason why Solomon came out the day he did. So I don't know. You got a good point there. New York Niners. It must be the Ibis there. 7118, no trading down. We need guaranteed ballers, no bust risk. That's what I'm talking about. Billy Badass says trade back and try to get Metcalf and Burns. Billy, I worry about Metcalf. Boy, I really do like him a lot, but I wonder, can he play at the NFL level, be successful? Is he going to be one of them big, gorgeous dudes that it just looks good on the field, but it's hard to make plays? Somebody said that, I got to go say, somebody told me about this last week, but somebody told me that Greedy was able to contain him. Greedy looks like he weighs 200 pounds on his best day after eating several tuna fish sandwiches. So I don't know. Andrew 49 says, what's good, fam? Shout out AZ, Sandro. And IAA, you know who that is? He says, what's good, Ronbo's here? Here, watching Monday Night Raw, bro. Damn, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a couple of days, a couple of programs. Yeah, boy, I really wish we could get DK. Maybe we could work with him. Jerry could work with him for a few months or something. Red shirt him next year. You see red shirted, draft him up and then red shirt him. Oh my goodness, a Nighthawk. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And he didn't leave his phone on, so I don't know if Nighthawk dozed off or not. Because when Nighthawk dozes off, it's one of the most fun things in the world. Nighthawk, you could see the Z's rising up over him. You know what I'm saying? Nighthawk. I'd love to, if he left his speaker on, I'd love to do it so I can freak him out. 1, 2, we're coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. He's at Nighthawk. All of a sudden, you see, Nighthawk, are you sleeping? Nighthawk, get back in here, man. I'm getting a note till you fell off. Yeah. Hey, let me go. What we got next? Man. People said, Big Dave. Come on in, David. David. Hey,
hello.
Hey, Dave. What's up?
What's going on? How you doing, Ronbo?
Dave, man, I'm just dealing with every. You know what, Dave?
With Big Show?
Yeah, a Big Show. And Dave, there's a lot of people that don't like Mrs. Bosa's baby boy, Nick. It's got really bad.
That's too bad, because earlier I heard Big Show crying, and I think because he's really worried. He has that ball in his stomach that's saying, shit, they're going to grab him. They're going to get him. They're going to draft him. What am I going to do? What am I, he said that they saw Rosen at the facility. Well, of course. Rosen's like, hey, Coach, hey, look, I'm throwing the ball around. You like me, right, Coach?
Yeah.
Coach, are you going to keep me? Coach. I mean,
what was Rosen supposed to do, right? Not show up because he's pissed off? That's not an attitude you can have in the NFL. Then for sure they'll move your butt.
No. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Big Show is just delusional. I mean, he's looks like, Rock Gronkowski.
Yeah.
And he talks like Mike Zuckerberg. So, I mean, he's a football Zuckerberg, I mean, well, I mean, I don't know, but I think edge rusher is what's going to be. It has to be Bosa. I think if you get Allen, I think Allen will be a good edge rusher. People say he may be like an Alden Smith, and that's true. I mean, he might be, but this is the problem, though. Alden Smith came in at a perfect time when we had Justin Smith.
Yep.
We don't got a Justin Smith on that side. We don't have that.
We're not playing a
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, unless we draft Debo from Friday to play the edge rusher, and then have Allen come around Debo, taking chains and knocking people out for the bikes. I don't see how they're going to pass up Bosa, honestly. Yeah. And don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you about Williams. Williams got a salad because they told him, dude, don't eat a lot. Because if you go in there eating a lot, they're going to say, dude, we can't draft this guy. He's going to eat it. He's going to eat it out of the damn food we have on
taking notes as to what he ordered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
know.
Like,
look, guys.
They probably were, too.
Tiny bonus of groceries as well.
Yeah.
Bean pie.
Yeah, right.
Tilapia fish.
Not a lot of sugar.
Oh, no tilapia fish, because I heard that that Yao Ming got sick off that. Forget about tilapia fish. Yeah. And again, reminiscences of somebody else. Fuck Rudy. And
Rudy! We haven't heard from Rudy.
Well, it's Nick Bosa.
Hey,
so
by the way,
what do you think?
Dave just said on something. Is Rudy in the chat right now? Rudy goes under several names. Is he in there?
Trudy. And Trudy's one of them.
Yeah, Aunt Trudy, yeah. We gave him that name, right?
Exactly. So what do you think? You think if somebody actually comes up and says, we'll give you all these picks if you give us that number 2, do you really think we would actually take that? I think. Why would we take on so many more players? I don't understand that.
Well, 49ers, I don't know. And the thing is, I don't know that who would be, the mystery is who's going to call up the 49ers. It's usually for a quarterback that you do that. If you're just going to call in and say, Kyle, can we just trade picks, man? I give you my fourth round or something like that. That's not worth my.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And then if people are worried about Garoppolo, he's going to be fine. He's going to have a great year. But if he gets hurt, or which he's not going to, I'm not trying to jinx us here.
I don't think so.
Knock on Big Show's head.
But
we got Nick Mullins.
Yeah.
So,
and I got a feeling he's going to progress. He learned a lot last year, so it's a blessing that he got in as many games as he did, and CJ messed up. So
he did. Exactly.
Dave, we got to go, and always appreciate you, fam. Love your sense of humor, and bring it on back Friday, will you please?
I will do so. You guys have a good night, and Big Show, enjoy it a little bit more.
Yes.
Embrace Nick Bosa. It's
Absolutely.
okay. Just do it.
Could be taking it. Could be all having dinner one day after the parade, You don't want Nick to be looking over and say, Nick asking me things like, is that Big Show right there?
And then Patrick Willis said, yeah, it's him. I know that guy. Patrick Willis said, yeah, it's him. All right, good night. Thank
Dave,
you so much.
Appreciate you, fam.
Take care.
Night. Oh, man. Where were we?
What's up, Rambo?
Hey, Nighthawk, there you are, man. Nighthawk.
Yeah, I had my cell phone and it cut off on me.
Oh. Well, Nighthawk, come on in here, man. We haven't heard from you in a couple of programs. So how you doing?
Yeah,
everything all right?
What you been up to?
I've been fighting with Big Show, as we always do, about my first round pick versus his fourth round pick. And Nighthawk, let me ask you this question: if you had a choice between Nick Bosa, Rashawn Gary, and Ja'Kai Polite, who would be your favorite?
Well, let's see. My mind is on Josh Allen.
But see, Show didn't even say nothing about Josh Allen. He gave me Rashawn Gary and Ja'Kai Polite. I would take Allen ahead of Rashawn Gary is big. He's not meant for the 49ers, though. So, and then Quentin Williams could be in the mix, too. And Allen, of course. Yeah. But Rashawn Gary, is he messing with us?
Yeah, but I like Josh Allen, too. Bosa's good. I'm not going to put him down. But I like Josh Allen, too.
He's a good player. There's no doubt about he can play. Oh, he can go. But, yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
But
anyway, trading down.
I'm not going to put Bosa down, but I would like. I can have either one. I'll be happy with either one.
How do you feel about trading down? Because Kyle is threatening to do that.
Well, if they trade down, they better get somebody good.
Tell you, I just don't know who'd be trading up and for what and how much they're willing to give up. Because if you don't get the quarterback, you don't be giving up a whole lot of assets. You just want Bosa.
If they're going to trade somebody, but they better get somebody like the guy from Atlanta, the receiver. If they're going to do
Julio.
like that,
yeah,
Julio Jones. If you're going to do that, get somebody big.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, the 49ers ain't got no business just giving up the second-round pick for any old kind of trade. You got to give me more than 1 or 2 picks, too. I need at least 3 to 4 picks and one next year, if it means that much to you.
Yeah, and for next year pick.
Yeah. Ain't giving up no. We'll just swap trades, and I'll give you this, and I'll give you, maybe I'll give you next year's 5th round, and maybe you'll get off the phone because I'm about to. That's what I would tell them. Don't be wasting my time calling me, telling me you want one. Give me 1 or 2 picks. This is the number 2 pick here. This is the best. This is as good as it gets.
I'm
other than
hoping that 1. I just hope he just keep the 2 pick.
Yeah, I do too. I kind of think they have to.
I also got to say this, Rambo, but people need to get along too.
Yeah, we have a lot of problem with that. As you talk about the chat, I know.
I mean, this is funny. You're supposed to be a 49ers fan, not how you're supposed to fight fight the Cowboys and Rams. No, we the 40. I mean, but it's always at each other.
Yeah. Yeah, because nobody says anything fighting with the fans, but 49er fans fighting in-house with each other and fighting hard, too. Oh, no. So,
all the 49er fans should be fighting at the other team, at other fans.
Well, it's an emotional time of the year, Nighthawk. People do get real strong feelings about who they like, and if you argue with them, you push the wrong buttons. I understand that.
With me, Rambo, with me, I like everybody. I don't have no grudge with nobody.
That's the special about you, Nighthawk, man. You everybody loves you, man.
I have no grudge with nobody. I mean, I don't have no grudge with nobody because at the end of the time, we all 49ers fans.
Thank you. So you're supposed to look at it too. Good.
Yeah.
Keep spreading that peace net out.
MC at?
MC's out like. MC come talking about Josh Allen the other day, so we had a little falling out, and he left. He'll be back later, I guess. Peeping through the window yelling, Josh Allen, Ronbo. Him and Big Show, boy, they're talking just. Well, hey, but I appreciate MC's pick over Big Show's. I'm going to give me Josh Allen. Not Josh Allen. I mean, Rashawn Gary.
No, but you know why I like him? Because I saw his highlight. That's why I like him, too.
Which one, Rashawn Gary?
Yeah, no, I mean, Josh Adam I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, no, the dude is a beast. No doubt about it.
I saw his highlight. He know how to come out of the pocket.
True. He's fast. I mean, real fast. So, yeah, we don't, picking a balance, that's not a bad thing. I just, between the two of them, I just like Bosa a little better. But Allen isn't, that's a reason to get excited, too. No doubt about it. Plus, Allen can play. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, Allen can get rid of him.
I'll be excited. Whoever we get, if we get Bosa or Allen, I'll be okay with it.
Both of them can help the team. And besides, the nice thing about Allen is we can now say goodbye to Malcolm Smith if we get Allen. Because, you can go ahead and put him over there at that Sam spot, and that's taken care of. So I do like that about him. For sure I do.
Yep.
49ers might be thinking that way, too.
I'm not going to hold you up, Rambo, because I know you got to go, but can you give me a shout-out?
Oh, you know I can. Niners from a man, the Nighthawk. Did he say again, Nighthawk?
Yeah, before I go, hit that like. Nighthawk is out.
Thanks, Hawk. Have a good night, fam. Oh, man. That's it. Over here. And that's Jeff Tan at the top. He's at Ronbo Sports. Told my girl to PIVK between. Pick. So pick between Nick and Q, and she picked Bosa. See, Jeff, I'm telling you, man. Nick is the man, man. Just tell you, everybody else is good. There's a lot of great players out there, but Nick is the, what do you call him? Nick is the winning edge. Big Hack and Kill Harry, first pick in the second round if he falls that far. Yeah, Big Hack, you know what? I have to go in kill too. And the thing is, because with DK, with Inkill, you got, I think they're similar in height, right? But Inkill is just, boy, Inkill's tough too, man, dude. Fresh Rider, what's up? Zachary Rogers Sr. says, what's your take on Rashawn Gary and Ed Oliver playing the big end? Ed Oliver at the big end could be interesting. Honestly, I hate to admit it. I really do. But I got a feeling Gary off the big end might work. I don't want a big end, though. I want You know what? Wow, that's a good Ed Oliver. From what Mike was saying about Ed, I wouldn't. Oh yeah, Mike, I forgot to. I watched Ed last night a little closer, and Mike Rapina is kind of right. Ed is a killer man in the way, dude. I'm not sure if that's going to translate in the NFL. Ed is using brute force too. Guys who use brute force and to the other extreme use speed. I always worry about them because when you get to the NFL, the Quentin Nelsons are waiting on you. I mean, you asked Jadeveon Clowney, but that was nasty. I always thought Jadeveon. I wanted the 49ers to get Jadeveon. I was hoping when the time was up, they just go ahead. Hey, Texas can't play. Get Jadeveon. Boy, in the playoffs, Quentin Nelson's his back is made out of rubber, right? Jadeveon's like, and Nelson's just leaning all the way back, and he can't get past Nelson, man. Nelson just holding him up. And then Nelson went and got vicious with it. He pancaked Jadeveon. I said, what? Really? So, Coach, you know, we don't block because if you have a problem with the other team's fans, just put the block on them, Coach, and then you won't see them, right? Because we be waiting for them to get far. If they get too far the line and start throwing personal attacks, we will excuse them. But in the meantime, we don't bother them unless Salvador likes to fight with them people. So we go ahead and let them stay. Hey, Tyler!
Ronbo.
Tyler, what's going on tonight, man?
Just want to say shout out to me. Be working with Ronbo on Sunday, being the GM.
Wait. Back up, Tyler. Let me hear that again. What did you say? Shout out to who?
I said shout out to me and Ronbo.
Oh.
Because I'm going to be getting on the show with Ronbo on Sunday, being the GM.
Yeah. As the next GM, yes.
Yes, sir. And I honestly think there's two things that I would love to, that probably would never happen, but two things I would love to do. My first thing, what I want to do, the CBA expires in 2021, so I want to get a meeting with all the NFL owners and convince them to allow me to be the commissioner. Now I would change all the rules back to where they should be, so it's not a pansy sport anymore. And I'd probably get in a lot of lawsuits for that. But then the second thing would be to be a general manager.
Yeah,
so I would actually be very, very good at that. I honestly believe that would be something I would be really good at.
Yeah.
So.
You're not a modest kind of a guy, are you, Tyler? You pretty much know your capabilities. I like that.
Yeah. So I feel like those are two things I would love to do.
All right. Well, work toward it, Tyler. Don't let that get away. Make it happen, man. Right?
Yeah. I've been tweeting at the NFL owners that have Twitter saying, hey, get me a meeting, but they don't respond.
Well,
Not yet.
I wonder. Did you submit resume or anything like that? I mean, they want to know credentials. They're busy guys,
No, I mean, I want to get a meeting with them so I can do like a presentation of why they should allow me to run the league.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to give them something to go on. I mean, if you impress them with a list of some of your attributes and capabilities, I mean, they may call you in. You got to let them know who they're talking to.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Being 18 years old at the time, and man, crazy.
What I'd like to see is if they say, sure, let's set up a meeting. Can you be in New York next week? And you do make it out there. I'd love to see your nerves just fall apart as you walk down that long hallway, all glass building, and go into the boardroom and sit down. Tyler?
No, I'd be standing up.
Yeah.
I'd be standing up doing my PowerPoint presentation. I would walk up to every owner, shake their hand, be like, you have a great organization, even though half of them I'm lying. But
Tyler, you really do kill me. I love it. Hey, but listen, Tyler, before we run out of time, you didn't talk about trading down. Are you going to trade, since you're a GM, You know what? Don't expose too much. Save it for this weekend. But Tyler,
Let me just say something.
All right, go ahead.
Big Show. If we do end up trading down, don't act like you knew all along, because you did. Because listen to me. They're not planning on trading down at this very moment. However, if somebody presents an offer to them, they just have to give it up. Because think about what the Eagles gave up for Carson to trade up the 2 for Carson Wentz. They gave up everything.
Yeah.
So if we're honestly, I told you I'm a Haskins guy. I think Dwayne Haskins has one of his problems is he can't throw. He's not as accurate when his feet aren't perfectly set. But like Garoppolo's really good when his feet aren't perfectly set. He can make those throws.
Throwing off his back leg, throwing sidearm. The guy's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So Haskins has, with a lot of young black quarterbacks these days, they're usually runners. Haskins is special, man. He can make history. He is a really good pocket passing quarterback, and I think he has the capabilities to be special. That being said, I don't want him going to the Giants. I think it would be smart for a team. I don't know about Miami either. I want to get him in a situation with a good O-line and some decent receivers, so I don't know where exactly he'd go. But I will tell you that at this moment, Shanahan and John Lynch are not planning on trading back. But if an offer comes in where they're like, okay, we got to jump on this, they will do their they'll do their due diligence.
Yeah.
They will do their due diligence.
Yeah.
And they will make the trade happen if it's that good. But they're not planning to at this very moment. So if they end up trading back, Big Show, you didn't know that.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're not planning on doing that right now.
I mean, it's too early to do that anyway. And Kyle's already said nobody's called yet anyway. So I just realized Kyle didn't say to anybody calling yet. He said he's open to anybody who wants to trade if they've got something substantial. Yeah.
The problem with Big Show is he acts like he already knows what's going to happen. At this very moment, that's not what their plans are. Some things fall into place that aren't their first plan, or not what they're planning on doing at that moment. But he predicts it, and he's like, "Oh, I got it right." No, they weren't planning on doing it at the time you said that. That something came up. It seems kind of weird because he was right, but he's also.
He's always wrong.
He already knew when they weren't planning on it.
A percentage of the time, though. I have to give it to him. I hate to give it to him. But we're not getting Rashawn Gary. This I'm absolutely convinced of. So yeah.
We have got to stop giving him. Here's the thing. He said he denied this. He says all these dumb things so people will talk about him for the rest of the show. Now we got to stop giving him.
He says he doesn't do that.
We have got to stop giving him that attention. And then he'll stop
it gives him energy, doesn't it?
Things.
Yeah, that's true. Show likes it. So we know you like that. Show likes abuse. Hey, he feeds off of it.
I feel like I'm talking to somebody in special ed, man.
Tyler, come on now, back up. You're getting too personal there. But Tyler, listen. As a matter of fact, Tyler, don't get nasty. I'll be right. Hold on about 30 seconds and say whatever. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. Well, I've been told I gotta wait. Okay. All right, Tyler. Tyler, is the time up? Where is it? Tyler's got what? Oh, Tyler, your time is up. Okay, that's why I guess they wouldn't let me go. Tyler, good stuff as usual, and we'll see you Friday and this weekend. So go ahead.
Definitely.
Have a good
night.
Enjoy
talking to you.
Always,
right.
Tyler.
Niner Empire, Niner for life. Jimmy G, stay away from the hose, man.
That's always taking a shot
We're
at
getting
Jimmy.
this thing turned around.
Yeah.
Jimmy, stay away from the hose. We got to keep you on the field every way possible. Can't have you getting no diseases out here, man.
It's Tyler. All right. Tyler, we'll see you Friday.
Forever faithful.
Yeah.
Forever faithful. Bye-bye.
Oh, God. And Michael. Oh, by the way, Coach. All right, Coach. Please, Coach, just block them out. As I say, we don't want to build a wall of the chat room. If people come in and they're just discussing things, especially opposing fans, we keep an eye on them, though. Any personal attacks, they are so gone. But what we don't want is anybody taking personal attacks. So I think conversation is probably just as bad or good. I mean, we're fighting harder than anybody else on the planet. So I'm saying, it's what it is. But just block them out, and you won't have to be bothered with them. All right. Hey, Michael.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Oh, Mike, man, I'm sitting here and Kyle Shanahan. These are news bits. The media's going to beat us up, and we need to develop a tough, thick skin between now and draft night, because you got guys like Adam Schefter asking Kyle Shanahan, is he going to trade? Is a trade down a possibility? And of course, Kyle, oh yeah, maybe. And of course, I'm always looking to make the team get better. These are like kind of normal answers. I mean, that's his job to make the team better. Schefter doesn't have to encourage him, though. I don't, because I'm not sure I don't want to hear it, and I wish they'd keep it in Santa Clara, actually. But there is that possibility, and I would suspect it would take a lot for Kyle to just dump the second pick, though. So we'll see. But what's your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, I would think it is. We're going to hear a lot of different things between now and draft night, and I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer, man. I mean, you got two dominant defensive linemen at the top of the draft, two of the best at their craft, and you're sitting in the sweet spot. I mean, you'll probably have your pick of the litter right there to be able to pick either one of them or a third. But I mean, I would think that that Bosa, Williams, and then Josh Allen. But I mean, if you get Bosa or Williams, like the GM was saying last night, was it last night? Yeah. What he was saying is how Williams would change the dynamic of the defensive line. He's absolutely right about that. And Bosa would do the same thing. He would just change it in a different way, But either way, the dynamic of the defensive line will be changed, and that's what John Lynch and that's what Kyle Shanahan want to do. They want a very, very strong, dominant defensive line. And right now, you're sitting in a spot where you can grab the best at their craft right there. I mean, if you trade back, now you're looking at guys that there's some question marks. Yeah. What's this guy gonna? Is this guy gonna play for me? What are these guys? What are some of their weaknesses and stuff? And there are weaknesses in most of their games, and some of them are gonna make it, and some of them aren't. But we're just sitting in such a sweet spot. I don't see any reason to trade back and try and get more football players and take that kind of a risk. I would go with the safe pick, and I would go Bosa and then Williams if I can't get Bosa. And if for some reason they love Josh Allen, wonderful, go get him. But I still think Bosa's better than Allen, and I know Allen's more versatile. But I don't think that if I drafted Allen, I don't think I'm going to ask him to be a Sam linebacker and a pass rusher. I don't want to overwhelm the young man unless he's a very intelligent football player and he can handle it. I wouldn't want to overwhelm him. So it's all the thing that we don't get to evaluate as just fans is we don't get to see the person, like who these guys really are. These guys get in the interviews with them, and they get to talk to them and talk to coaches about them and players and opposing coaches. They get to find out about these guys. We don't get to do that, unfortunately. So we don't really know. That part of it, and that's an important part of the puzzle right there. Absolutely. To go along with the film. Yeah. So
that's absolutely.
But
true.
I really do feel like being where we're at the sweet spot, and I just think we should take one of those 2 or 3 guys right there at the top, and I do like that receiver you were talking about, Keneal. Harry?
N'Keal
Harry. Yeah, I still haven't got his name right. But, yeah, I do. I did watch some tape on him, and I didn't get to watch a lot. But what I saw, he did. You're right. He looks really like he runs really tough, and he runs angry. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So
because we're losing Garcon, who used to run pretty angry. I don't know if anybody runs any more angry than Garcon. I mean, the guys are tugging and pulling. The ref won't blow the whistle for whatever reason, and Garcon's still, Garcon, man, you got to tackle Garcon. Garcon's not going down. You got to take him down. So, but Harry kind of same mold. So
yeah, it'd be nice to get a young guy like that, and It's too bad the way Garcon's thing kind of ended there, because he kind of went downhill a little bit, and I didn't expect that, but it did happen. And it'd be nice to get a young guy like that, that plays angry like that, and like those kind of football players,
Mm-hmm.
But
because those guys are out there taking care of their body. And Coach, I at this point, you figure the 49ers, if you don't get the best in each round that's available, it's time. Isn't it time for quality over quantity? And I know these guys are. We've got a Kasurik and these guys. They've already assessed, like you say, they've had those conferences with these guys. They've already assessed Bosa. They've assessed, of course, IHOP guy, Quinton Williams, and I'm sure they've had a talk with Allen as well. And I think they've already talked to Big Show's guy, Rashawn Gary. There is something about personalities that is going to swing them one way or the other in the minds of especially John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, who want a certain kind of character in that clubhouse. So, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely time to go for the quality, and they're sitting at the top. So take one of those top guys and just get it over with. And at each round, pick the best player you can.
Yeah.
If you can pull off if there's some type of trade you want to pull off to get some extra picks, that's fine. But don't trade down and lose that top pick there. I mean, that's an important pick for them, because that pick right there is going to solidify that defensive line in a big way. In a big way. That's a huge pick. And if they trade that down, they are going to make a huge mistake in my assessment. I really think so. I think if they trade down, they're going to make that defensive line. They have an opportunity right now to make that a dominant defensive line by adding one of those three players.
I agree. So I can't wait till draft night comes and goes. The anxiety is making me nuts. I get that weird feeling you have where you can't relax. You're thinking, Niners, don't trade down to double digits just to get a couple extra ball players. And this is the thing that worries me, because our guys I think they're pretty confident in what they're doing, right? They know where the players are, even beyond the guys that are beyond the red carpet on draft night. That venue's going to have everybody in there that the NFL has already made look like superstars, right? But these guys, they go around finding people that nobody knows about. And we had a couple last year. And Fred Warner, I keep referring to him. Fred Warner, I didn't know anything about Fred Warner. I think Fred Warner is one of the better players in the NFL now, and has got nothing but upside. So they're going to trust themselves. So we got to brace ourselves.
Absolutely, Ronbo. Yeah. That's what they do. I mean, these are the guys that go to the schools. They spend the entire year scouting these football players. So there's guys on their list right now that we don't, like you said, we don't even know them. And they'll pop up on draft day, and we're all going to go, oh, no.
Who is that?
Who is this guy?
Everybody did last year. Who is that? Yeah. I mean, we heard, who is that was the name of the phrase of the day for 49er fans. Except for McGlinchey. We know he's from Notre Dame, one of those big, outstanding offensive linemen. But after that, Dante Pettis, people know him because he's up from Washington.
Yeah.
But after that, man, some of those guys are just a blur. Who is Marcel Harris? I mean, yeah, but he's a good football player. So,
exactly.
Anyway, Coach.
Right on.
Hey, Coach, here I go. I'm looking at Coach complaining about things. Mike, let me see you Friday, fam.
Right on, Ronbo. Hey, thanks for all you do, buddy, and have a great night. And shout out to the Empire. Shout out to Coach. Hey,
Coach is there fighting with other fans. Coach, ignore those people. Block them out. All right, Mike. Talk to you later. Oh, God. Yeah. So, anyway, hey, fam, okay, as I say, we allow. I tell you what, though, let me look down through here. So, can we get rid of some people here? They must really be bad if they're pissing close off to that point. All right. Coach, I'm going to look down through there and make sure that we didn't miss anybody that's not been. You don't have to be really polite, but anybody that makes any personal shots, we'll get rid of them right now, okay? Anyway, Isaac Perry says we should trade up and get Jonah Williams, because if we come out with this same old line, Aaron Donald's going to have 3 sacks. Yeah. You know who handles and bothers Aaron? It's our very own Joshua Garnett. You remember that little altercation they had? I think Josh likes Garnett. I think Aaron likes our boy Joshua. I want to see more Garnett this year myself, and see if he can make and beat out for a spot. Because I got a feeling Garnett's talented, but he just hasn't been able to play. For anybody to pish Aaron, I've never seen Aaron Donald get that frustrated. It's like, what did Garnett do? Hit you in the ribs with an elbow or something? And Trell B. Wells says we don't need another nose tackle. Quentin Williams is a waste of a luxury pick. Yeah. I think they're looking at Quentin Williams maybe being an upgrade. As a matter of fact, we played the Rams. Did Aaron Donald? I think Aaron got one sack, didn't he? I think that was it. Aaron Donald got contained by the 49ers for the most part, as I remember. He got one chance to do his. God, it burns me up. Victor Rojas says if we trade back and draft Jalen Ferguson. Yeah, see, there's another guy that's available too, you know. Big Rod's on the site. What up, Rod? Harvey Hueguez. He says, hell yeah, I'm the 49th, like go Niners. Michael Hang says, I ain't picking up the scraps and leftovers. Man, give me Bosa, and you can do whatever you want with those other picks, unless you get Michael Jordan and Jackson and be some glitter with MJs. Michael, boy, I tell you what, you talking my language now. Woo! Carlitos Way. Is that a name of a TV show, or is that the name of a vineyard? Hey, he says, hey, what you think will have a break? Who do you think will have a breakout season besides Kittle? Dante Pettis! No doubt in my mind about Pettis next year. He's got Jimmy G throwing to him too. Tell you, man, I'm looking forward to that. And the doctor says interior pressure will throw quarterbacks off with D off the edge. So no on Bosa, take Williams, and he's good at stopping the run. Okay, but you know, the thing is with D and Buckner, I think that's going to still be the case, though, Doc. You know, I want to see edge pressure coming from both sides. The minute you do that, you talk about. I mean, I want to see. Already, you got D sitting on the sideline singing, all right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you used to. I got Nicky on the edge coming around the other side. You know, I want to be singing on the other side. Now you got no place to run. Oh, man. And you got Buck coming up the middle. I like that combination. No matter who else is on that line, now you got it covered. Is it? But we don't have. Did we do this? Where were we at with this? Oh, sup, my guy, man! See, I ain't seen you on Twitter recently either. He said BPA all day. And Michael Pittigard. Butler is a missing piece and a safety in the corner. Hakeem? Yeah. Hakeem's going, man, I tell you, I can't imagine the 49ers going to take as a wide receiver, actually. Cliff Herndon says, we will never have another defensive draft like this one, and fans don't want to trade down to get more even, though we only have 6 picks. Yeah. Hopefully we're not in this position all the time. 2 times we're at number 2 since we got the new guys in running the show. But last year was that circumstances were, obviously, you can't lose as many people as we in key positions as we did and do any more than we did, though. In fact, the 49ers were probably lucky to win 4 games. And they should even then, they should have still won more. They must have lost a couple of games in a couple of last seconds. Dana Harris, what do you think about, is that Cleveland Farrell? Cleveland, Cleveland Farrell was one of the guys at the top of the rankings as far as edge rushers went. Before actually the national championship game. Now you can't fly in Cleveland. And I think he's around 8 or 9. He dropped dramatically. Right. D'Angelo Mosley says, question, Williams requires 2 men blocking him. That will free D Ford. Ain't no pass rush better than D up the middle. The shortest distance to the quarterback doesn't matter where the sacks come from as long as they come. True. D Ford is, here's the thing about D Ford. People got to remember, we still have DeForest Buckner, who has always required double and triple teams. So if Ford's coming out the side, the tackle better not help on DeForest Buckner. See, this is why that middle is already basically taken. You can add to it, of course, but I don't know if these guys we got coming in next week next year are going to be slouches that are already there as far as the middle goes. I do want to see what Contavious looks like. I want to see if Solomon Thomas is ready to go yet. I already know that DJ Jones is pretty tough in the middle at the nose. Eric Armstead has proven that he can finally show us more than he's been showing us. So, Quinton's probably an upgrade. I agree with that. So we'll see what the 49ers believe on that. I don't know that Kasurik and Chris Kiffin are thinking, but we'll see, because I'm sure they're making their assessments, and I'm sure they're talking directly to Kyle and Sal and everybody else about what they think, and that's going to have a heavy influence on what the 49ers do, I'm sure. Travis Millat says, question, Shanahan trades back so he can get D Ford for almost nothing, but they can't. Wait a minute, Travis, what's going on here? Oh, this is a question. If Shanahan trades back, it's so he can get D Ford for almost nothing, but the cap and a lot more talent. This draft is stacked. Plus, he could get the receiver he wants and more. Yeah, if they're thinking that way, that makes sense. Sergio Moran says with the second pick of the 2019 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select DeAndre Baker, cornerback, Georgia. Wasn't Baker the guy? I thought I saw him on NFL Network earlier today. And he's the guy who says he's the best cornerback in the NFL, right? I think that's him. I always love guys talk like that. Team Money Niners Town. Do you know if McGlinchey is going to stay where he is at right now, right tackle, or will he be moving over and replacing Joe? Yeah, T-Money, I don't think he's going to replace Joe until after Joe makes his exit. I'm pretty sure he's going to move to the left tackle, though. It's his thing. He came in. I think he came into football as a right tackle. They moved him to the left tackle, and then he comes into the NFL, and he goes back to the right tackle. So he can play both left and right side. I'm pretty sure, though, he is the heir apparent to the left side. So he'll be over there getting that left tackle money. Jorge Silos, hey, Jorge. He says, what up, Niner family? Always good to see y'all on Zoom and chopping it up here on the chat. Jorge, Dana Hayes, hey, no matter what you or that guy says about Rashawn Gary, he will be a top guy. You can't look at highlights and stats. Rashawn Gary is a play record. Watch film. I did. I like Rashawn, but I can see he's just a brute force guy. NFL has brute force offensive linemen that can handle that, although Rashawn Gary is, if you're going to say anything about brute force guys, Rashawn Gary is the best at that. He is big, and he's kind of fast, too. I need to stop hating on Rashawn Gary. I'm not hating on him. I just look at the other guys that I'd like to have better, and I tend to say bad things about Rashawn. Rashawn Gary is actually a good football player. I'm gonna have to rephrase the things I say about him. If we get him, there's no reason to get mad about that, because he's definitely going to be a problem for whatever offense, or against any offense. But I see players I like better is all. Okay, so Rashawn, I'm back up off him. So you got me, Dana. Your point taken. Sean John Thomas says Nick Bosa is my number 2 pick. Ja'Kai Polite, good player, but his worst traits is in run defense. See, that's no, can't have that. D'Angelo Mosley, we have the best podcast. That's why other fans did. Thanks, D'Angelo. Other fans got to behave though. Don't bother 49er fans unless you just want to argue about football. Jorge says, you know what? I really ain't tripping, because all we really need is develop a team of players that bring us big wins. And that's the Niner direction, and we should all be cool with. So, yeah, I agree. So, yeah. And Jimmy Thorokill says, if we stay with our history, we will trade down to 25 and draft Simmons from Mississippi State because he's coming off a torn ACL. Hey, you know what though, Jim? If Kentavious Street comes out fine, we'll be batting 1,000 actually because Marcel looks fine from last year. He had an injury coming in. And of course, Kentavious, I understand Kentavious is already lifting up houses and standing on them for 15 minutes just to test his strength. So I think the guys they picked out, they must have had a thorough examination for the 49er doctors, and the 49er doctors may have given the okay on them. So who knows? There may have been some other players that the doctors looked at with all kind of structural damage to their knees, and 49er doctor says, you better stay away from this one. And they probably took heed. So if anybody they keep, I got a feeling they know that it'll be okay. So, Ralph Delso, what are your thoughts on how, if we get Deebo Samuel, how would he fit in and contribute to our team? Oh, Deebo, man. Deebo might become the missing link that Garcon has left. You know what I mean? Deebo's a tough guy. He's big and strong, and he's at 6 foot, 6 to 6'1" height, where they're both strong, coordinated, and normally can run great routes. See, with your taller guys, they're not going to be famous for running great routes, and this is why Kyle Shanahan's probably not going to get too many of those type, or he's probably not looking at that many of those type. Kyle Shanahan wants guys who run precise routes due to the fact that his offense calls for that. If I'm Jimmy G and I'm step back 1, 2, 3, 4, that receiver better be there because that ball's being thrown into space. That's the essence of throwing your receivers open. Now, if that long, tall guy can't get his butt over there in time, this is why you saw Marquise Goodwin have such a great year with Jimmy. This is why Trent Taylor, before he got hurt, did so well with Jimmy. This is also why Garcon was great before he got hurt. You need to be able to follow the plan. Julio was great because Julio's really fast and has great coordinating. Julio's a freak of nature, though. See, but most long, big guys can't really do that. It's like Kyle told George before they was hanging out, I guess, and George probably said, "Coach, what do you think I need to work on?" Well, your route running definitely leaves something to be desired. You can work on that. You see George's face. What? Oh, yeah, you're right. No, really, Coach, I'm cool. I'll work on it. Well, let's go. You're not perfect. Don't ever think you are. George vowed to work on his route running. I cannot wait. George stopped. I was going to say, George said later for the endorsements, man, I got to work on my route running. Watch George come back some kind of route running fiend. Ooh-wee. Can't wait to see what he looks like. There's Big Show. Although we already saw Big Show with them fiddles. Where we at on this? Yeah. Oh, man. We got the else going? We're done? All right. Hey, fam, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go and leave you alone. But be ready for Friday. And so when I come in and I say, all right, stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to. Damn, please hit the like. I can't wait to see you Friday. There's no telling what we're going to hear next, and we'll be talking more of Niners!